I'm dancing.
Now let the music play out.
I know. Now that we have this, like, cool intro music. Hey, what's up, everybody? We are, live, or I was gonna say something like spooky, like we're coming to you from the afterlife, like, I don't know. We are live, coming to you from Bat City Comic Professionals on Austin's East Side. We are here to wind down your weekend. It's gonna be a little bit different of a week this week, but I am, as usual, I am still SmallPressShann, here to lead you through some books with the return of my awesome co-host, Wednesday Phil!
I'm back.
Woo! Yes,
Yes.
So excited to have Phil back. How have you been, Phil? Well, tell the people what they missed in your world while I set up these comments.
Work has... It tried to get in the way, and I said, no, it's not happening. Sunday nights are my night. It's important to me to be here, you know. So I put a Michael Myers mask on, and I scared my boss into letting me come back on Sunday, so here I am.
Ooh, was it a Michael Myers mask, or was it a William Shatner mask?
No, it was a Michael Myers mask.
Cool.
Specifically from the Austin Powers movies.
Nice.
I guess he's Mike Myers.
He's just Mike Myers, but the joke still remains. Well, since you're back, if you didn't hear this week, we at Bat City had a huge, horrible thing happen, and the spookiest thing of all of our indie comics are not here. I know, it was very, very sad. Truly very sad. All of our indie shipment did not make it. If you've seen our Facebook post, you know the story. I'm not going to go into the whole thing, but since we don't have indie comics, we're going to do an entire spooky season episode for you. We'll talk a little bit about some of the in-stocks that we do have for Marvel and DC, but we're going to kind of go through some of our favorite spooky titles. That's... get spooky sound effects. I'm digging that already. I can't wait. That said, we've got some new wine. Phil picked this one out for us.
Yes.
It's a Cab Sav, and it's called Eccentric. I had to double check. I love that it matches like the color palette with the oranges and black and orange colors. It's super pretty. It's got that foil cover going on here. Yes.
And in the comic book world, we are a sucker for foil covers.
We are. And I love, this is an Argentinian wine, and it has the most hilarious thing on the back. I love it. It says, a peculiar community harboring hip, sophisticated llamas, unhurried cows, and hot-tempered geese live among these vineyards. That right there alone would sell me. This may not be the typical wildlife that you would expect to find living near the vines. The animals have become quite friendly with our winemaker, who, rumor has it, can even speak to the creatures. As eccentric as he may be, he definitely rocks. Giving it a try.
It's good. I like it. I think I picked this one because it was on at Total Wine. It's like it's on the list of like top 12 wines under $10 or under $15. Something like that. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, you've made some lists, so we'll give it a try. That's
also my ideal picking, like, things that you need to judge wine on is it under $10? Then, that's a huge factor in my wine selection process. So, it's actually, you're right. It's very good. I like it. It's not too sweet. It's got a little bit of that, like, wine, like, aftertaste, like the strong, like kickback. So, love it. We have a lot of people joining us in the comments, and all talking about spooky things and wonderful things. And Gomez did say he's dressing up as Michael Myers for Halloween.
Very nice.
I'm not sure if you mean for Halloween the movie. Also, don't talk about the trailer in the comments because Matt and I have not seen anything. Or you mean the actual holiday. But either way, I hope you enjoy. And Danny says, what's up, new here? And thanks for joining us, Danny. And everybody that's usually here, thanks to you guys for joining us as well. Gomez says he works at Total Wines, and this is number 8 on the list of wines for $10 and under. So, there you go. Cool. Well, we've got a lot of books because Phil and I are obsessed with horror comics. So we're going to kick it off by giving you a prize. Prize! We're going to start off with a copy of Broken Souls Ballad. Can I give you this to put over there so I don't knock it down at any point tonight? Here. Not on... Here, we'll leave it to Matt, actually, because... that way we don't accidentally knock it down. There you go. Broken Souls Ballad Issue 1 from Black Caravan is what we are going to be giving you. And all of our questions tonight are going to be related to horror movies and spooky things. So the first question is, what is the name of the mask company in Halloween 3 Season of the Witch? If you can tell me the if you can tell me the name of the mask company from Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, you get a copy of Broken Souls Ballad number 1, which you read.
Yes.
Do you want to tell them what it was about? Can you tell them what it's about without ruining anything?
All I remember is that it's kind of a kid struggling with turning into a werewolf.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's really all I remember.
Yeah, that's really, really solid description.
And the fact that they put out the number 1, then the trade, and then decided to go back and put out more single issues.
Yes.
Which I thought was kind of weird. It's
very strange, but they did it. And it's a part of the Black Caravan Black Caravan thing, because they are trying to figure out, like, right, for a hot minute there, they were like, okay, we're going to do number 1s, and then we're going to take everything to a trade. And then they found that some of their Black Caravan titles did actually sell in single issue form, so they were like, you know what, like, let's give this a try. And they had already slated that one to come out as a graphic novel or trade, and then they were like, well, I guess we can still sell it. Gomez is actually correct. The company in Halloween 3 Season of the Witch is Silver Shamrock, so thank you. I wanted to play the song at the beginning of the live stream, but I was pretty sure that Facebook would kick me off, so just know that in my head, that's all I'm going to hear for the rest of the night. So, cool. We've got some current ongoing horror series that we want to talk about, or at least things that don't have trades yet. Kicking it off with, we talked about this a little bit last week. This is Aftershock. This is a one-shot, which means it's the full story in one issue. And Aftershock actually because there's one shocks, which I think is adorable.
Yes.
And this is 10 Years to Death. It is actually written by the guy who played the chief on Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, I see that, Aaron Douglas.
Yeah, and he is recounting an actual story that he remembers his uncle telling his dad when he was a little kid. And it is, in the story, the uncle is telling it directly to the nephew. And he comes home late at night and he needs to tell somebody about this thing that happened at the prison that he works at. And he's a prison guard, and there's been a random guard that's transferred there. And he is really spooky, kind of creeps everybody out. Like, there's nothing, like, he doesn't have anything in his apartment. He doesn't eat anything. He, like, kind of just, like, lingers and just randomly shows up, and, like, nobody ever hears him coming. And for some reason, the big, scary, like, prisoner, the inmate that everybody's afraid of, like, literally cowers in the corner and cries when this guard comes up. And something happens between that guard and that prisoner that shakes the uncle so much that he comes home and he, like, tells the entire story to the nephew at, like, middle of the night kind of thing. Like, gives the nephew a beer and is like, don't tell your dad I gave you this beer, and don't tell anybody about this story I'm ever going to tell you. No, you know, like, that perfect, like, setup to, like, a good horror story is coming kind of thing. And it is classic ghost story. Like, this is an urban, like, if this was, had I not read his story on how it was related to him, I would have just been like, oh, it's just an urban legend that we hear every year for Halloween. But it's, you know, he says this is a story that he heard, he remembers his uncle telling his dad. So whether or not it actually happened, of course, is another story. But if you're interested in those classic urban legend, like, pure ghost stories, that, like, unsolved mysteries kind of things, this is definitely a great one-shot title for you to just read and get a good story.
Yeah, I like this art. It's very nice. Very Aftershock vibes there.
Yeah, and black gutters, because that's what horror books should have, which we'll probably talk about a lot in this live stream tonight.
Yes,
yeah,
definitely. I like these one-shots, $7. You get a full story, and I think it's pretty cool that it is based on an actual true story. Maybe a fabricated story,
but a story nonetheless.
Yes.
Another book, this one actually has wrapped up. It was 6 issues. We have all 6 in stock, and it's about to get a volume 2.
Really?
Yes.
Very
this
nice.
is Colts of Dracula from Source Point Press, and it's going to get The Rise of Dracula is the next volume. This was an interesting take because it is modern times kind of thing, and we see a Dracula character, we see a cult situation. There is actually not a Dracula necessarily in there, but the reporters are like the Van Helsings and the Harknesses and all the people from the classic mythology of Dracula are these modern reporters coming to investigate a cult situation. And the cult, of course, is very vampiric in style, and this really plays on the Dracula myth, obviously very outright, but then kind of changes some of the story up.
Right.
It's very pulpy, very you're watching a movie made in the 70s kind of thing. It's got some cheesiness and I guess that you didn't mean to laugh. It's got some cheesiness. It's got some points where you're I don't really know how we went from A to B in this story. But it does, if you're just looking for that classic I want a good 70s movie story, I feel a lot of the Dracula books give you that, and this one definitely does, with a little bit of twist on the actual story that you're used to.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I do I'm a big Dracula fan. I like vampires. I think it's cool that this one is definitely getting a second volume. The art on this one, Henry Martinez, I really dig it, so
yeah,
I'm definitely on board. So Source Point Press usually tends to make good stuff.
And this one came out when we were really starting to see a lot of new titles drop from Source Point, back to back to back, and kind of really establish them as growing in the small press business. And so I'm really excited that they are doing a book that's getting a second volume, because that's not something we've really heard from Source Point yet.
No.
And so I'm excited to see that they're starting to build almost these franchises of their books, so to say. So we'll see where this goes, but I really enjoyed it, and every week I was that it came out, I was okay, do I really need to read Cult of Dracula again? It's so cheesy. And then I was no, I really want to know what happens next. And for those of you who are just comic collectors that are watching, Shannon Mayer did the cover B for every issue of this.
Really?
And there was a different woman of the Dracula world of this Cult of Dracula world, but also kind of iconic Dracula based women on the cover B of everything, done by Shannon Mayer. And that's one of the few times that an open order cover has been, Shannon Mayer has done an open order cover like that. So it was a really cool way to get some Shannon Mayers. I had a lot of people who were Shannon, why do you keep giving me Cult of Dracula? And I'm because Shannon Mayer did the cover and you need it. And they're you're right, I didn't realize that. So Ma, did you ever get to read this one?
I have not yet.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait for you to read it.
I know. This one's on my list. I know the art by A.L. Kaplan on this one is supposed to be quite impressive. Also, it's Boom. So
it's very good. Yes, it's a Boom book. This is one of those kind of mixture of supernatural and real life horror kind of books, because it does follow 2 girls who go to, it's 2 sisters, and one of the sisters is you've been through a lot, you've had a lot of trauma. I want to take you to this place where it's a feminist retreat, and you're gonna learn how to take back your life from the men who have wronged you. And of course she's that toxic positive sister to the sister who's had sexual assault, and she's I really don't think this is a good idea. And then they get there, and there's more, not necessarily a feminist retreat, more than almost cultish mentality towards these girls at this situation. And then a bunch of other stuff goes down, and the tagline for the book was, when society continuously paints you out as a monster, what happens if you actually become one? And so I'm really curious to see. I mean, with a title like Maul, we know that this is going to go dark, and this woman is going to attack back somehow, but can't wait to see. This is only issue 1, just started. Issue 2, I believe, comes out this week or next week. So excited to see finally where this story's kind of going.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but great things. I don't know much about the story, but the art alone is worth checking out.
Absolutely, and this cover specifically is by Megan Hutchinson Cates, so it's always worth checking out.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I did not even know that.
Yeah, so I might have put it in your box for that reason.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because I was like, why is it? I don't think I asked for this one.
And I was like, no, but you did.
Oh, well.
You need a Megan. Everybody needs a Megan cover or 7 in their life. Last book you'll ever read might actually be, I think it might be the only Cullen Bunn book that I brought during our horror night, which is shocking, I know, but did I bring another one?
I remember seeing one.
Oh, you're right. I brought one of the trades is Cullen Bunn. You're right. Yes. But last book you ever read is a current ongoing. It's a part of the Vault Nightfall imprint, which I will just be my own clappy sound effect for that. It's fine. Nightfall is Vault's horror imprint within their publisher that's already horror and fantasy based. But this is all about a woman who wrote a book that everywhere people read it, bad things kind of happen. And she might be some kind of demon. The book might be some kind of demon. Yeah. There's definitely some kind of demon. Just not quite sure who is there yet. This and Lucky Devil are honestly the 2 Cullen Bunn books that I actually like. I'm like, oh, I gotta read this one because I want to see where this goes.
Yeah, this one, I'd say this Lucky Devil. There's one more Cullen Bunn book that I'm a little bit more intrigued by, but this one...
Was it Phantom on the Scan?
No.
Okay.
No. Yes, Parasomnia.
Parasomnia, yeah.
But again, I think that's more of an art
That's
thing.
the Andrea Muti art of it all, yeah.
Yes. But this one, I think, story-wise, is probably the most intriguing.
It is. It's because of the fact that every time I pick it up, I think of that quote from Harry Potter where Ginny Weasley is... when Ginny Weasley is in the Chamber of Secrets and Voldemort comes up to her and says, funny how much damage a book can have in the hands of a little girl, and it's just a silly little girl and a silly little book. And every time I think of that when I read this book, because this is a girl who wrote a book, and we're seeing this like whole thing of like, ooh, how much damage can a book be? But books are powerful, and this one might be in a completely supernatural kind of way, but all books have some kind of power. Chad in all caps said, talk smack about Cullen, Phil. I dare you. Don't dare him. He'll do it.
It's also not hard.
We're not going to do
Chad, pick any book. Pick any book that Cullen Bunn is working on.
We're not going to do it, but don't dare him to do it, because he will do it just for the dare of it all. So
I also like this cover, too. It's a really great cover. I'm assuming it does this cover.
Yeah, and this book, last book you'll ever read, has black bag covers for every issue. And I have no idea, obviously, what's inside of them because they're black bag covers. But I don't know exactly how dark they get inside of there. But based off of some of the content in her book, I imagine that the black bag covers get a little racy. Yeah.
And this book kind of has a little bit of that in there.
Yeah. I'm going to throw this your way because I know Mark Russell is your dude.
If you are a fan of comic books, Mark Russell is a name that you should always be paying attention to. Most of the time because he has really great social commentary. This is the first time where I feel like he's just was like, hey, I want to do something ridiculous. Yeah. Like, I'm doing all this other stuff, and I'm sending out all these messages, not all robots. And Second Coming, these are all books that have depth to them. Whereas this, on the other hand, kind of quite the opposite.
And who knows, he might turn it around. His Jets, or his Flintstones, I was like, oh, it's just the Flintstones. And then...
Well, I feel like after a couple of issues of the Flintstones, you're like, whoa, okay.
We're one issue in. We might see something, and it might stay ridiculous. Either way, I'm okay with it.
As am I, because I think that this is going to be an anthology series for the most part, in the sense that each story is going to be a different movie from this red box. But it seems that there is something foul about this box in particular. The stories or the movies that are in it kind of have an effect on the person in the real world. This first issue I thought was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I love the art. I love the sci-fi movie that she watches. The story in that. Like, I want a full comic of that story in particular. Of somebody who travels all this way across the cosmos to meet these aliens,
and then it's just not.
Yes, it's like it's Earth and this planet way far away have been contacting each other for years, and so finally Earth decides to send somebody. And I mean, you can imagine what it would be like traveling through space by yourself,
and he like has all these problems with his spaceship and stuff. So,
and then he arrives, and
he's not anything like the aliens expected, because they've only ever seen the Earthlings in there. And it's interesting because the main story is about a girl who was supposed to, she's in college, she's supposed to be going off on her own, she's supposed to be having this adventure, and now she's stuck at home taking care of her dad, running his shop. And so it's really interesting because you're going to see how that plays out in her story, because like you said, every story kind of impacts the person who watches it in a very specific way. I remember when I told Phil about this book, I was like, so there's this book called Dead Box. It's by Mark Russell. And you were like, is it about a red box that kills people? Because that's ridiculous. And I was like, yes! But hear me out. Like, I promise you, it's not as dumb as it sounds. And then you were like, you laughed when I handed it to you to read it, too. And then you were like, okay, so I really like Dead Box. And I was like, I told you, it's shockingly amazing.
Yes, this first issue definitely got me. And it's a Vault title. I mean, I should have known.
It's Vault and Mark Russell.
Yes.
You should never doubt.
You put the two together. I think this is going to be a great series.
Absolutely.
And again, I think it's going to be not necessarily like a full-blown anthology, but I think there's going to be some kind of like anthology vibes to it, where each issue is going to be kind of different.
Each issue will definitely be a different movie.
Yes.
I don't think you've gotten to read this yet.
I haven't. You have told me that this is a must-read for me.
Yes. This is Vault. I actually don't want you to open it up, because there is. I know the art is so good, but I don't want it to ruin. I guess it's on like the first page, so it's not really a big
the first page.
No, I think let me see. Let me look at it. You didn't feel spoiled-y? Okay, well then fine. This is Human Remains. It's Peter Milligan, and he is Milligan, I think is his name on. Yeah, Milligan. I was like, it's an I. Anyway, it's Human Remains. It's a world where if humans feel any sort of emotion, if you outwardly express an emotion, you will die a sudden and very painful death. And I'm not going to tell you all of the details on the how.
Oh my gosh.
But it shows you, we start the story like in the time where that's already happening, and then it's kind of giving you a narration about like, oh, this is what it is, and it's like, but let's go back to the beginning of how this all happened. And it goes back to a wedding. And that's like the day that the problem starts, where people can't experience emotions.
Okay.
And of course, at a wedding, you're experiencing all emotions, whether you're a guest at the wedding or like the people getting married and stuff. And so it's this absolutely, like, you put these people in one of the most emotional situations, and then told them, if you feel any emotions, and didn't tell them because they don't know yet because it's starting. But like, if you express any sort of emotion, you will die a painful, horrible death. And so it's gonna make for a really great story. It's a very Romeo and Juliet almost feel to that, because you do have these lovers who want to be together, want to be happy, but the one thing that they can't do is any of that.
Yeah, I feel like you can't. It just seems like. Telling humans in general just to not be emotional, that's foolish.
And if you're reading Out of Body, you're reading Peter Milligan, so you're probably already I know a lot of you are really big fans of Out of Body. This is another Peter Milligan book. It's going to be a fantastic one. It's Vault. It's Nightfall. It's going to be wonderful. You're going to want to jump on it. So I just recommend getting it now.
And the magnificent art is Sally Cantorino.
Sally Cantorino.
That is a new name.
Yeah,
I have heard, but I'm intrigued.
I'm in. Sally, I'm ready. Let's do this. Give me all your art.
Yes, yeah.
Speaking of somebody who can give me all their art.
Matt's favorite book.
Right, that. No, woo woo, like I expected. There you go. I was I expected the wolf whistle on it. All the sound effects. Yes, this is... We're never going to get to talk now. This is Bunny Mask from Aftershock. The first volume of this is now complete. There is not a trade yet, but the first 4 issues are out, and that is going to be volume 1.
Issue 4 is the end of volume 1.
Issue 4 is the end
Get
of volume 1. I know.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So, this book is really well written and has phenomenal art, and I can't tell you anything that it's about, so it'll ruin it.
The thing that I can say is it's a lot. It's a lot more questions.
It's a lot of questions
as you go on. And then I'll tell you this, because when I got to the store one Wednesday, Matt comes up to me and is like, dude, if there's anything else you do tonight, you have to read issue 4. And I read it, and yeah, you're just like, holy shit, I don't want this to ever end.
Yeah.
Ever.
And then that's the end for now.
And then you get the Andrea Muti art.
Yes.
It's fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed this book. I think it's probably up there in terms of the best horror books out there. I know it's been very successful sales-wise.
Yes.
For Aftershock. So I highly recommend this one. It's creepy, and you definitely want to know where this is going. And the Bunny Mask character is amazing.
Is a phenomenal character that's just creepy. And the story, whenever you think you know something in this story, you don't, and you're left with more questions as you try to figure that out. But it's one of those good ones. When Matt first read issue 1 of Bunny Mask, he was like, so, Bunny Mask, huh? And I was like, yeah, how far are you? And he's like, issue 1. And I was like, I can't tell you anything else about it. And he was like, well, what's going on? Like, what's the deal with Bunny Mask? And I was like, I can't tell you. And he was like, you can't tell me, or like, you won't tell me. I was like, a little bit of both. I was like, because that's how I talk about it every time. I'm like, oh my God, Bunny Mask. I have no idea what just happened.
Yeah.
But I love it. I love not knowing, and I love getting lost in the story. And the bigger the universe gets, the less I know what's happening. And the better I like it. So, fantastic.
I'm going to leave it there just because this is, this is issue 1, but
just read it.
I feel like you'd be foolish not to.
Not to read it.
If there's going to be trades, I would just go ahead and pick one up.
And there will definitely be trades. I don't know when. Volume 2 comes out in the beginning of 2022, I believe. Speaking of Volume 2s, Aftershock does have, starting in December, Volume 2 of Maniac in New York will be starting up. So trades of that...
Yes.
will be necessary. But if you haven't read Maniac of New York yet, the rights to Friday the 13th are kind of in limbo. Everybody owns them and nobody owns them all at the same time. So Aftershock and just has a book coming out that is basically just Jason Takes Manhattan.
Yeah,
and
much.
If he had actually taken Manhattan. And it's fantastic, and also has that beautiful Andrea Muti art. Andrea Muti, he is crushing it on this art stuff.
Yes, it's a wonderful art style, and I hope to see more of it. And it fits very well with horror in general. Like, I feel like every horror book should have.
Oh, and thank you.
This art. Oh, do y'all have all the
and
issues?
And we have issues of Maniac of New York in stock.
Wow.
Thank you so much for bringing those out, Matt.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Same art style, but yes, again, Friday the 13th. This maybe a little bit different of an origin story than Friday the 13th, but still a very great book.
Absolutely.
And
do you want to show them how good the art looks in that one? It's the same.
Yeah,
but
it's
beautiful.
the same. Let me see if I can find a page with the main slasher character. I don't even think it's on here. Here we go. There it is. That's what I was looking for. This book is fantastic.
Yes.
I highly recommend it. And you know what? I didn't know about the Friday the 13th. But I was just sitting there thinking, like, we haven't had a Friday the 13th movie in a long time.
Limbo.
Where's Rob Zombie for that reboot?
We'll probably get that someday. But yeah, they've had a lot of problems with who actually owns the rights, and it's just a big mess. And so things kind of just get lost in the shuffle, and Aftershock can put out a title. So thanks, Aftershock.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So
imagine if Jason actually spent his whole time in New York.
Right, if he actually
instead of just being a freaking boat ride. That movie should literally have been Jason Goes.
Jason goes for a trip.
Goes
sailing.
to Manhattan.
Jason sails past Manhattan.
Yes.
Gomez, we will definitely add at least Maniac of New York #1 to your box. Let me know if you need more than that.
Y'all have all the issues?
I think so. Most of them, at least. I think we're missing like one of them.
Okay.
Gomez also said the rights have now been settled, and so we just need to find somebody who makes a movie. So.
Well, I imagine you can get anyone to do that.
I'm going to actually do this one first. This is Nice House on the Lake. If you didn't know, I think I said this last week on the live stream, but somebody came into the store last week and they asked me what my favorite genre of comic books was, and I said James Tynion. And they were like, I think that's a person. I was like, no, I stand by my statement. James Tynion is my favorite genre of comic books. And here is another reason to prove that. James Tynion writing a horror book, thriller book, suspense book, whatever you want to call it, under the DC Black label. This is all about a group of people who are all friends with the same person, and they all end up at this house on the lake, and some stuff happens, and that's all I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, that's as far as it really needs to go. It's going to be a 12-issue series, and I think this is going to be another one of those potentially Eisner nominees for next year. And,
yeah, probably for Best Mini. And issue 5 came out this week. I just want to throw this out there because I saw people questioning it because they thought that this was a misprint because the symbol on the top that's highlighted is the 6th symbol and not the 5th one. It is not a misprint. The symbols on the top, there are actually only 10 symbols, so it's not to go in order of issue. It goes in order, it's highlighting whichever symbol represents the character that the story follows the most in that issue. So if you went out to your LCS, or if we are your LCS and you got it from us and you're like, oh, this is a misprint, it's not a misprint. It's just conveniently happened that issues 1 through 4 were the first 4 symbols of the person, but this is actually the 6th symbol, even though it's book 5. Not a misprint. Don't get excited. You're not gonna make some spec money off of a book getting recalled at some point. But I can't.
What book is this?
Yeah, if you want to know, read the book because the symbols are all relevant to the book, but I can't tell you how. So. Nice House on the Lake. If you're a fan of James Tynion, if you're reading Batman, or Something is Killing the Children, or Wind, or Department of Truth, you know that he's phenomenal, and you should have just picked it up, Nice House on the Lake. And if you shop here and you read Something is Killing the Children or Department of Truth, I gave you Nice House on the Lake, whether you asked for it or not. So,
yes.
Is this technically another non-ongoing because it just wrapped up? It doesn't actually know if it's going to get another. I don't think it's getting another volume ever, but it's still putting it in here because we only have it in single issues. There's only a hardcover trade, but it is Dead Dog's Bite, and it's one of mine and Phil's.
The trade is a hardcover?
The trade is a hardcover. That's all that's out so far. So far, there's only a hardcover. I can order it for you.
Please.
I will. I'll just write that down on my list. There isn't an actual trade paperback yet, but there is a hardcover of Dead Dog's Bite. This is one of mine and Phil's favorite books of this year.
Yes, this will probably be in my top 3 for the year. It is kind of a small town murder mystery. Mm-hmm. Kind of very Twin Peaks-ish. A lot of quirky characters, including the main character who is solving the disappearance of her friend. And it kind of unravels this whole underbelly of a small town.
And It's Twin Peaks with the narrator from the Twilight Zone.
Yes.
So you're getting, I mean, literally with the narrator. Like, the book opens up, the narrator comes out of the sewer. And, like, opens up the sewer in the middle of the town and is like, picture this, if you would. And tells you this whole introduction, and then you go into the story. And then there's times where the narrator just randomly pops up. You would imagine that this would be where the character does this. Right. But in fact, that's not what they did. And so you get this. The narrator, honestly, Phil and I talk about this all the time. If the narrator had his own story that just was like a comic just about the narrator, we would buy all of the copies.
Yes,
forever. It's so good. We did just talk last week about the fact that Tyler Boss and Matthew Rosenberg are doing a new book together. This is Tyler Boss. So if you're like, ooh, who are these people that y'all keep mentioning? This is honestly, like, this is your Tyler Boss book to grab. Yes. And we do have all of the issues in stock. So if you are like, I need to check this out, now is the time. Dead Dog's Bite was absolutely such a phenomenally done book, and it's only 4 issues long.
Yes, so it's a pretty quick read, but I felt like the whole time I was like, I just need to know where this goes. I need all these questions answered. Honestly, this series wrapped up and answered your questions, but if there was to happen to be a volume 2,
I'd be in.
I would definitely be on board. I'm a big fan of Tyler Boss. Very talented artist. Also, if you are interested in the Matthew Rosenberg and Tyler Boss book, then you should also check out 4 Kids Walk Into a Bank, because that book is also fantastic.
Yes.
Most definitely. But yes, please read this. Please pick up these issues.
Yeah. And like I said, the hardcover is available for order if you're interested. They have not announced a trade paperback yet, but the hardcover is available now. So if you're like, I don't want all the single issues, but a hardcover would look really nice on my shelf, which it would because it's a beautiful hardcover, let us know and we're happy to order that hardcover for you.
I really hope that the hardcover is
just a giant peppermint.
Just the giant peppermint.
Oh my
symbol.
God.
Oh.
We'll have to look at it after.
It'll look like a White Stripes album cover. I'll lose my mind.
Yes, it would be great. Those are all these single issues that we're going to, like, ongoings that we're going to tell you about. We're going to switch to some trades in just a minute, but before we do that, let's give these people something for listening to Phil and I talk about our favorite books for so long. Prize! I should have had you change all the movie to be, like, music to be spooky today. I am going to offer up, you know what, since we just talked about this, let's give a copy of Dead Box number 1 away. So you need to grab this book, and now you can do it for free. If you can answer this incredibly easy question, what is the name of the boat in Jaws? If you can tell me the name of the boat in Jaws, you can get this copy of Dead Box. That is an easy thing to Google if you don't already know the answer.
Don't know the answer to that. No.
I wear this shirt on this live stream once every, like, 2 months. So.
I know there was some Jaws.
No, they're over there at the ones. Oh, Gomez. Oh, Scott. Scott beat you, Gomez. Sorry. Scott, yes. You are getting this copy of Dead Box. Yes.
What kills sharks?
It's the orca.
People.
It's orca.
People kill sharks. Do orcas kill sharks?
Yes. Also, I see a lot of other people, and also Amanda just jumped in and answered orca, and I am so proud of you right now, Amanda. I'm so proud. Also, congratulations again on a beautiful, beautiful wedding. Thank you so much for inviting Matt and I out to your wedding, and I'm glad. Congratulations to you and Brandon both. Scott said, I'm going to need a bigger long box. Good one, Scott. I appreciate it.
Quick question, just because I'm here and thinking about it. Are long boxes back in stock?
Mm-mm. No.
All the shirt boxes.
Yes. All right. So we got some horrific trades. We got lots and lots of horrific trades. So we're going to do this not quickly at all. So just buckle up. Last year, 2020, I believe. Yeah, that was last year. Joe Hill announced an imprint with DC Comics and had a bunch of books running off of it. And we've got a couple of those in stock. And I'm going to actually hold them up at the same same time. This is Basket Full of Heads and Dollhouse Family. And I will hold Dollhouse Family if you want to open up Basket Full of Heads for a second. Basket Full of Heads is literally actually Joe Hill's homage to Jaws and slasher movies mixed together. It takes place on an island, and it is a rainstorm. Everybody, like the mayor from Jaws, is essentially just in this book. Like, all of the people are just in it.
That bastard.
I know. And there's a bunch of people who start trying to kill people on this island during a rainstorm, and this girl decides she's going to take them back on her own. And much in a very barbaric kind of way, when she chops off the heads of the people that she kills to protect herself, the heads keep talking. So if you're a fan of barbaric, you might actually enjoy this book for that reason. If you're a fan of classic slasher movies, you're going to enjoy this book. And if you just really want some classic Joe Hill homaging one of his favorite horror movies, it's all here. And this is a hardcover, and it's super fantastic.
Yeah, these hardcovers are nice.
And then we have, to go with that, on his imprint was Dollhouse Family. And this is actually probably my favorite of the books off of his imprint. This is the story of a little girl who is given a dollhouse, and she tells, it's like the family heirloom dollhouse, and she's got an abusive father and a mother that are always fighting, and she talks to the dollhouse and her dolls inside of it, and she's like, I just want something to, like, stop my dad from being a jerk, and, you know, things like that. And the dollhouse seems to respond in ways that dollhouses should not be able to do. And as the story unfolds, you also learn the history of this dollhouse, and you get like this Victorian story that's got demons and all kinds of things, and then you get a story about a dollhouse and some creepy crap in the dollhouse. It was really, really good, and I definitely recommend it if you're like, I like those creepy doll movies. This is the one you need.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I do like these hardcovers are very nice.
I like those slip covers that the jackets that they put on the book that are almost sheer are beautiful.
Is this one not written by Joe Hill? They're not all written by Joe Hill?
They were not all written by Joe Hill. Joe Hill did Basket Full of Heads, and then most of the other writers were either novelists or people who were just kind of like telling good horror stories that Joe Hill found that he wanted to help break into comics. Mm-hmm. And so what he actually did was, at the back of every single issue of all of the writers that weren't him, he put a story that he wrote. And each issue of his story went in order of like whatever came out. So like Dollhouse Family 1 came out, issue 1 of his book was in it. And then Dollhouse Family, or Daphne Byrne 1 came out, and issue 2 of his story was in that. And that was all about werewolf pirates.
Awesome.
And the only way you could get that story was to buy all of the other books on his imprint.
That's really cool.
It's a genius way from Joe Hill to help push these people that you might not have heard.
Did he collect that story?
I believe that story was collected, but I'm not sure. I'd have to look into it because I don't know the answer to that question.
Oh.
Yes, it is. Matt
Well,
said, Matt said he wants to read
these
it.
hardcovers are only $24.99.
Which is great.
Nice,
hardcover.
beautiful hardcovers.
And I believe that Hill House has announced a new wave that will be coming soon.
Nice.
So if you were like, oh, I really enjoyed those Hill House stories, but the imprint kind of disappeared because of the DC Black Label, putting a lot of the horror on there, there is a couple of new titles coming from Hill House, including a new basket full of, volume 2, essentially, a basket full of heads is coming. So
sweet.
Yeah. Speaking of Joe Hill, Lock and Key. If you've watched the show on Netflix, you probably should read the book.
Yes.
And we have it in stock. We do have some in the 50% off. This is not one out of the 50% off, but we do have some in our 50% off trades. We have actually quite a few of the volumes in our 50% off trade. So you should come check it out if you've always wanted to read it. I have read most of this story, and it's a really interesting and intriguing story, and I want to watch the show, but I refuse to do it until I read the whole thing.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I've read this a long time ago, and I don't remember much of it, and then I know that they just did the Lock and Key Sandman crossover.
Still ongoing.
Really?
It got delayed,
Sweet.
so we're only like 2 or 3 issues in. I think it's issue 2 of the Lock and Key Sandman crossover just came out. So, yeah, for a lot of people who were like, oh, I really wanted to read that and I missed it, you didn't. It got delayed multiple times. Issue 1 was delayed forever, and then it took like 6 months for issue 2 to come out. So you've still got time to jump in on that if you're interested.
I know that this sits on a lot of essential read lists.
Yes.
In terms of like all-time books that need to be read. I think it's worth checking out. This to me is really what put Joe Hill on the map in comics. I have so many. I can honestly say that at one point I had 4 copies of this trade because 4 separate people gifted them to me and were like, "You have to read Lock and Key. This is a book you have to read."
I actually have a friend's box set because they were like, you have to read all of it, and I got through like volume 4, and then I was like, oh, I have all of these other books that are waiting to be read. Maybe I should read these other books really fast, and now I need to go back. Sai, I did see that. I don't know if I do have volume 3 on there for sure, but I will double check and let you know. But I think volumes 4 and 5 are on there. I'll double check and let you guys know which ones are on the half off rack. But if you don't know, Lock and Key is all about a family who move into the ancient house that the dad lived in when he was young, and there is a whole lot of stuff that unfolds from there. And that's about as far as you can go in explanation. There's some keys that open up magical portals to different places, and things get stranger the more the kids learn.
Yeah.
So
it's a good book.
Yeah. Speaking of kids learning strange things, there are actually trades of Stranger Things comics. That's actually all I wanted to tell you about it. If you are a fan of Stranger Things, I'm not going to go too far into it because I am way behind on the show and I don't want anybody to spoil it. But there are Stranger Things comics coming out at all times. If you walked in tomorrow and said, I'd like to have some Stranger Things comics, I could find you at least 3 different series. There are Stranger Things comics going on at all times. And this is a compilation of one of the series, but like there was a Stranger Things Dungeons and Dragons series. There was a Stranger Things like summer camp series. So if you're a fan of Stranger Things, you can have all of the Stranger Things your heart desires in the form of comic books.
There you go.
Yes. Not bringing a lot of big 2 this week, so I thought I'd just throw this out there, but Tom Taylor's Deceased is in a trade paperback form. It is also not in a hardcover form. This is volume 1, so it is the first 6 issues. It is not all of the extra stuff. Like there was the Unkillables, there was all of the different, like Good Day to Die, and then there was volume 2. This is the original volume
the main
of
series.
it, and this is what happens if everybody in the DC universe was infected by a virus that turned them essentially into zombies. So this is like the Marvel zombies, but for deceased. And the way we got there is really cool, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't read it, but the way the virus comes about is super cool. It does travel, I can say it travels through tech, so of course one of the first ones to go is the people you would rely on the most. So, and it's Tom Taylor, so there's a lot of crazy good like story blended into this like high actions like thing. Like you're like, oh, it's just gonna be a zombie like high action boom 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 boom, and then he's like, oh, by the way, remember that heart that you had? Well, I just ripped it out. Good luck with that.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but great things. Because I was kind of in the same camp of like, oh, it's just Marvel Zombies at DC. Mm-hmm. And then everyone I talked to was like, no, it's more than that.
It's got a lot of heart, which Marvel Zombies did too, but this has, I think, a little bit more of the like, okay, let's build the story, and where you think things are going to be good, they're not going to be good.
Yeah.
Gomez, I saw that you said you wanted Deceased, that trade, so... And then Ram, I saw you wanted some Stranger Things D&D, so we will definitely get in touch with you about that.
That's awesome.
Year Zero, this is the AWA Upshot title number 1 on our trades that you should check out for the holiday season. Year Zero is a really cool zombie story by Benjamin Percy. It basically follows 6, I might have done that math wrong, it might be 5. 5 or 6 different people, thank you. 5 people, as the zombie apocalypse begins. And it's like a doomsday prepper, a woman in Afghanistan, a hitman who was like trained in all of the like he's like, my family were samurai, and like we've been trained to deal with all kinds of like things that could go wrong, while also, but he's a hitman.
Yeah.
So and then there is the, what did I already say? There's the who did I miss? There's the lady who's doing the science. She's a scientist in Antarctica, and then there is also the little boy who is like talks about living on the streets in Mexico. Mm-hmm. And so it's all these people that you've never really followed in a zombie apocalypse, and their story is just like, you'll do 2 pages of one person and then it just flips to the other person, and then it flips to the other person. And sometimes I'm like, oh my god, but I was really enjoying this other story and I want to go back to that. And then sometimes like you're like, oh man, what, like, okay, that was crazy, like I'm so glad we flipped. But it's all that very beginning of the zombie apocalypse, like the hitman story. He's setting up and he's about to take some people out, and he's sitting there like looking through his scope. Mm-hmm. And as he's looking, like he turns back to like get something else to prep, and he looks through the scope again, and everybody across, like that in the room that he's supposed to be targeting has all died.
Wow.
And he's like, we're prepared, I'm prepared for this kind of thing, like, but this is crazy. And you're just seeing all of these different situations that you normally wouldn't expect to see in a zombie story, and it's so good. Volume 1, this was one of the first AWA Upshot books. Year Zero is one of their flagship books that came out. And it's the reason that we jumped on, like, oh my gosh, this is going to be the publisher to watch. And it does not disappoint. If you're like, I'm looking for something fresh, but still in the horror realm, I need some zombies in my life, grab Year Zero. There is a Volume 1 and a Volume 2 already out, so you don't have to wait for, like, the next thing to come. It already exists.
Yeah, I remember when this came out, and it was kind of the beginning of AWA. And I remember that first issue sold out, and then immediately went up in price. Like, everyone was selling it for $30 to $40. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. Because I actually really like Benjamin Percy. I think he's a great writer. So having the trades, well worth it. $10.
Right, all AWA Upshot trades are $10 or $9.99. And you get 10% off all collections at Bat City, that like all regular price collections, I should say. Switching from zombies to vampires, not really that horrific, but if you're just in the neat mood for some vampires during your holiday season, Redneck by Donny Cates, obviously a great choice. And it's a Texas book. It's an Austin book. If you flip it around to the back, you can actually see Posse East, which is on San Jacinto and Duval. You can see all of the people who actually work there and who will literally be sitting there if you go over to Posse East at any given time. And the shot of the restaurant, that's actually what it looks like. But if you are like, hey, I want some classic vampires, haven't had vampires in a while, need somebody to really take it on and give them some new life, new blood, if you would, this is your book. And Lissandro's art is absolutely gorgeous. I freaking love Lissandro's art.
I remember the first time I met Donnie, he was telling me that this is the one book. If there was any Donny Cates book that he told me to read, it was that one. Or this one.
This one? Wow.
Yes. Yeah. Because I was there for the Damnation miniseries. He was doing a signing.
Yeah, Doctor Strange.
For that, and he was like, hey, you should get this book. And I did. And I've only read Trade 1. And it was great.
I told the story at the wedding, but when I first met Matt, I had actually I worked at a comic shop, and when Redneck dropped, and the promotional stuff for it was like to take a picture with this trade, well, with the issue 1, because it's the same picture as the front of the trade, and you were supposed to take, like, show them your teeth kind of thing and take a picture where that was like your smile. And I had done all this promotion, and I met Matt, and he worked at Posse East, and he knew Donnie and all this stuff, and so he was like, oh man, have you read Redneck? And I was like, yeah, totally, it's so good, oh my gosh.
Best book ever.
And then I went to Posse East to see Matt host open mic and everything, and it was the day that they framed the picture that the back of the book, the second print, issue number 1, was based off of. And Evil from Redneck was like, oh my gosh, look, we just got this, and he's telling me all about it, and I'm like, oh my god, that's so cool. No idea what he's talking about, because I still had not read the book. And I was like, cool, okay, yeah, this is amazing, I'm so happy for you. And I was like, I can never go back there again until I have read everything that came out. And at that point, there was like 8 issues out, I think, and there wasn't a trade yet, so I just like binged through all 8 issues by the time, like, maybe it's 5. I don't know. There wasn't a trade yet, so maybe it was only 5 issues. And I, like, binged it all because I was like, I have to know everything. And then here we are, all these years later, and I got married at Posse East to Matt. So, you know, it worked out. Apparently, I read enough Redneck that
that you were in.
That it was good. But, yeah, it was it's amazing. Obviously, Posse East is our family. We love them. Donnie is our family. We love him. But this book is really, for me, one of, like you said, one of those Donnie books that you just have to jump onto and get. And
this is complete, correct? He just finished it?
No, he has not finished it yet. The last arc is about to start. Unfortunately, it is the series that when everything else, like, gets big, like, busy and, like, overwhelming, like, this is the one that Donnie's kind of, like, stretching out.
Oh, I see.
So, because it is, like, so close to him that he can, like, walk away but still remember, like, all of the stuff. So, it is, the last arc is about to start, and I'm fine with him stretching out because I don't want it to end. And... But vampires. And speaking of vampires, show them this beautiful book.
Oh,
this is Dracula, motherfucker, and it is beautiful.
Yes, this is a graphic novel done by Alex DeCampi and Erica Henderson. Both very talented human beings. I've always been an Erica Henderson fan because of Squirrel Girl. But this is essentially if some of the brides of Dracula decided to hunt him down
in the 70s.
Yes, and kill Dracula. It's the art in this book is fantastic. My only complaint is that this story is too short. It's
too short. I said that today because I actually just read this today because I knew you had read it and I wanted to be able to talk about it with you. And I was like, the art on this is everything. Like, you could take any page, any of the splash pages and turn them into Mondo posters and I would buy all of them.
Gosh, yes.
But then I was like, but all I wanted was more story. Like, give me this in super detail. Because you do follow a guy who is a reporter, like he's just a photographer for the dead bodies at crime scenes.
Right.
And I was like, oh my god, I actually really want a story about this guy. And then that happens. Like, I need his, like, lead up. I need to get to know him. I need to know all of this about him. And then I want to see all the brides. I want to see the hundreds of years that the brides have been plotting this revenge against Dracula. Yeah. Like, I need it all. And it is a graphic novel, so it's like boom, 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 and we're done.
It happens very quickly.
Yeah.
Did Boom put it out?
It is Image.
It's an Image book.
It's absolutely, it's gorgeous to look at. This, you will read it in 5 minutes, and then you will go back and just look at art for hours.
Yeah, and that was kind of the thing, because for me, I didn't know this book even existed, and it was a Hoopla download for me, just because I saw the cover alone, and then I saw Alex DeCampi and Erica Henderson. I said, I have to read this. It took me 10 minutes, so I went back and read it a second time, and was like, I could just stare at this book all day. Like you said, if you blow this up into a bunch of posters... Like, if I could just cover my wall with the entire book...
It'd be worth it.
And just spin around in a chair slowly, reading it in these, like, giant poster size. And it's a nice hardcover. It's only $16.99. And of course, you get 10% off here. So
Yeah. And if you're a fan of Francavilla art, this looks very much like Francavilla.
Yeah.
So
definitely, it's got a very pulp vibe to it for sure. It's definitely worth checking out.
Yeah. We're gonna switch to some kind of anthology-esque horror books. This is Hotel, also just announced for Volume 2.
Oh, really?
Yes. This is from AWA Upshot. This is one of those first, like, 5 or 6. I know that art. Oh my gosh, Matt's going through Dracula motherfucker.
I didn't show that page because I want people to buy it so they can see that page.
Right, you have to earn that page.
Yes. Yes.
It's gorgeous. You would have bought it just for that page, though, just for the record.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. But Hotel is one of those early, like that first, like 5, that first wave of AWA Upshot titles. And this one it's a different stories that all take place in the same hotel at the same time. I was explaining it to somebody earlier, and I was like, it's kind of like how in Pulp Fiction you jump back and forth to each person's story, and it's all the same day, and it's all the same characters, and like the background, you'll see the people sitting at the cafe tables, and then there you get their story later on. This is kind of one of those things where everybody's stories intersect, but they all take place at a hotel. And yeah, Gomez said, welcome to Hotel California. It's such a lovely place. It's totally that kind of vibe. Like, you check in, you're not going to necessarily check out, and crazy things happen. This is definitely another one of those books where I was like, I want more of this. I want more of it all the time. Like, where can I get more? Well, now there's a volume 2, so we'll get some more. Oh my gosh, it was definitely one of those that I was like, what is happening half the time I read it, and then I was like, oh, that was dreary and dark and awesome, much like Ice Cream Man in the anthology system bit, but it's so good. And
I'm looking at the name of the artist. Where he has a book out right now.
He did
Excalibur Issue?
Yes, he did the other AWA title. Was it the one with the cheating? Casual Fleeing.
Okay.
He did Casual Fleeing.
I was like, I know I've seen this name a few times.
Because Casual Fleeing is the writer of Red Border and this artist together.
Okay.
But yeah, he's done some other stuff, but just the art is just so crisp and clear.
Yes, and again, very much like Year Zero, I do remember when AWA started coming out, and multiple people on Instagram were like, this is a great book. Mm-hmm. And I remember this was kind of around the same time that like horror anthology with like Ice Cream Man and stuff was like really kind of taking the forefront as a popular genre in comics. I definitely need to check this one out. I missed this one.
It's
just
right
like
there.
Year Zero. Yes. And it's only $9.99. So
right, gotta love those AWA Upshot trades. Speaking of the Ice Cream Man anthology of it all,
yes.
We have all of the volumes of Ice Cream Man, and we will always, as long as they are printed, have copies of Ice Cream Man in stock because it is one of our favorite books. If you've never read Ice Cream Man, it is a masterwork from W. Maxwell Prince about an anthology series where an ice cream man shows up in a town and the people who he interacts with have some existential dread. And it's amazing.
Yeah, I remember because I was picking this one up in single issues, and every time I read an issue, I was like, oh my god, this is brilliant. Mm-hmm. Like, this is legitimately brilliant. And, of course, I dropped off because I'm an idiot.
That's fair.
And I hear, I mean, it only got better. Like,
it did.
I've heard nothing. Matt comes in, every time I come in, Matt's like, oh, this new issue is based on this, and each issue is very unique. There was the one that was like an advent calendar.
Yes.
Like, I remember Matt talking about that one a bunch, and it's such a cool way to take the anthology concept and do something unique with it.
My favorite is actually there's an issue that's a palindrome. And if you read it from the beginning, when you get to the staple line, it's the same thing in reverse. So you could read it back to front or front to back, and you're getting the same exact story. and the Neapolitan issue, where it's 3 different stories and they're colored in the colors of Neapolitan ice cream, but there are no words. It's a completely silent issue, but there's 3 different stories. It's such a fantastic use of the medium. W. Maxwell Prince has just been nailing it with that. And to go with that, he actually did a spin-off called Haha, which was just sad, this is your warning, sad clown stories. And this is, it was a 6-issue spin-off. It's like 6 issues to make one giant Ice Cream Man issue.
Right.
Because it does all come together and it does all connect back to Ice Cream Man. And it's such a cool way to do that, because like issue 1 starts a whole new thing and you're like, oh, this is very, very Ice Cream Man-esque, but it's got a new thing, and then it's the same thing. It's an anthology, but they're all clown anthology based stories. And then when you get to the last issue, it ties all of those issues together and then also ties it all into Ice Cream Man, which is phenomenal writing, that you can tell 6 independent stories that all connect together, that then all connect to something that's 25 issues in, that's completely separate from it, but also the same thing. So people always say, like, what's your favorite issue of Ice Cream Man? And I'm like, well, top 5 include the Palindrome, the Neapolitan issue, and Haha. And they're like, Haha, isn't that a different series? I'm like, no, it's one Ice Cream Man issue that's just like a graphic novel. Just ignore that whole thing where it came out in single issues and just admit that it's like a one issue of Ice Cream Man.
Yeah, and I read all the issues of this one. I haven't caught up on Ice Cream Man, but I read all this and I loved it. I thought it was really great. And I kind of hope that he continues to do stuff like this, where he kind of expands the Ice Cream Man universe out, because it's wonderful.
And I will say, and I bring it up all the time, but if you have not read 1 Week in the Library yet, that is the precursor to Ice Cream Man by W. Maxwell Prince. You can definitely see the workshopping of Ice Cream Man through that story, but it's all about a guy who lives in a library and he pulls books off. And so instead of having the anthology be the interaction with people, it's actually the interaction with the book, and he like falls into the book and he has that same existential crisis, but through reading a book. And it's such a good story. So read 1 Week in the Library if you're an Ice Cream Man and Haha fan.
Yes, I agree.
Now we're going to talk 2 books about how sometimes the scariest thing in the world are people. Starting with AWA Upshot's Devil's Highway, also by Benjamin Percy.
Oh, nice.
Yes, this is all about a girl who...
Oh my god, it's got Schoonover art.
Yeah, it's got Schoonover art. It's so good. This is about a girl whose father was killed, and when she begins the investigation on it herself, trying to figure out what happened, she finds out about a cult / ring of semi-trucks that are doing some crazy things. So Benjamin Percy has a great letter at the end of issue 1 where he said that he tells a story about driving home, like in the random area of Illinois where there's not any, like outside of Chicago, the rest of Illinois is kind of farmland. And he's driving through there and he sees a semi-truck and he's like gonna go and like do the whole like, honk the horn kind of thing.
Yeah. And
the guy has a clown mask on and like looked at him and like kind of terrified him, and he was like, nobody really knows what's going on inside semi-trucks. And they're all over the place. What if they had a whole network and a ring of things that were going on? We'd never know. And it spurred this story. Like, this story came out of that whole concept and that whole thought to him. And it's absolutely terrifying, this story. And I honestly really, really want a volume 2 of this. But I know Benjamin Percy is incredibly busy.
Yeah.
But if there could be more of this, it does leave you in that little bit of like, it has an open ending. It has that modern American ending where it's like, okay, well, this specific thing is wrapped up right now, but at the same time, not at all. So,
interesting.
Definitely 100% recommend if you're into true crime and those like, what'd you say? Hostile. Yeah, like any of those like really dark, bleak, people are terrifying. Torture, yeah. If you liked Red Room, this is a mod. Like,
I'm actually gonna take that.
Oh well, that went to Phil. So,
Yeah,
but we do have
We've got copies.
Okay.
We've got more. You need a copy, and yeah, it's really really good.
Well, I didn't know Brent Schoonover was the artist on it. So
Yeah.
Now that I know, I'm even more intrigued.
Speaking of great art,
Oh yes.
your turn.
This is a wonderful book. Probably one of the better Source Point Press books that I've read.
Absolutely.
This is Black of Heart. It is 5 issues. Yes, 5 issues. And it takes place in 1949, and it is a serial killer story. It's a murder mystery. You follow a detective, Drake Harper, who is trying to solve this one serial killer. And the one thing that I like about this book, we've seen this has kind of become popular now with taking stories that are primarily black and white and then adding just a little bit of color. The cool thing about this book is that the color is very specific to certain aspects of the book.
Yes.
So like the serial killer drives a cab, so the cab is yellow. All the blood that you see is going to be red, and then there's this red farmhouse as well. It's very creepy and very wonderful. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, when I first read issue 1, I was like, oh, this is a really great noir story. Like,
Yes.
It looks like it because he's a detective. You got the black and white and the grayscale. You even at some point see those, like, shots where the light is shining through, like, the detective window.
Yeah.
You get that actual, like, thing. And then I was like, oh, this is very dark.
Yes.
And this is one of the best, like, murder mystery dark books. Like if you're a fan of things like even like Dexter, which there was a trailer for that. Please don't spoil it. I don't want to know what's going to happen in the new Dexter series. But if you are a fan of that, where you see that like the ice cream truck murder and the Trinity Killer seasons of Dexter, this kind of has that same feel where you're hunting the hunter. And the hunter is also hunting you, and it's like who's one step ahead of who the whole time. You don't really know. But you're following the detective, so you're like, I want to believe, but then you also get those glimpses into what's going on with the serial killer, and you're like, oh, I don't know who's going to get to who before, and it gets really terrifying at times. And the interactions where, those moments where you know more than either person in the room is more terrifying than when you don't know what's going on.
Right. Yeah, this is one that I think it would be tough to adapt into a movie, but maybe more so like an animated film, so you can still keep with that primarily black and white, very like Sin City, Frank Miller-esque. But yeah, this was surprising to me. I remember you put one in my box and you were like, hey, if you don't want this, I understand, but we're already out of copies. This is such a great book.
Yeah.
And it wraps up well.
Oh my god, the wrap up.
Yeah.
I reread it today because I was like, I don't know if I read the end of this. And then I was like, oh my god. Yeah. I forgot some of this stuff happened. Like, this is crazy. And then again, modern American ending, like, we could get more if they wanted to give us more.
And I would actually be down for more. But yeah, Christopher Charlton, and the art is David Hollenbach. This is a great creative team all around.
And honestly, like, I hadn't even thought about it, but when you said that, like, this is one of those where this could easily be the first big Source Point, like, optioned title that we see. Yeah. I know we haven't actually, I don't think we've ever had anything from Source Point get optioned, and this could definitely be the one.
I feel like they did.
I feel like one did,
I feel like there was an announcement for...
But, yeah. This could definitely be the big, like, breaking point for Source Point if this became a thing. Because it should be, and it's phenomenally it's well written, the art is extraordinary. Definitely pick this up.
Yes.
Yeah.
I highly recommend this one.
Switching gears into the Archie world. a little bit. Still terrifying, but with Archie characters.
Yes.
Let's start with this one. Blossom 666. Have you read this one?
I have. I am a
cool.
big
I didn't know if you had.
Cheryl Blossom fan. And I the funny thing is when I picked this up the first time around, I think I have the first two in singles, and then I went back and read the trade. I did not realize that this was an Archie book originally, because I was like, "Oh, Blossom 666 is
Right.
just some like high school kind of demonic book," and no, it's Cheryl and Jason. I had no idea. I was like, wait, what? Why do these people...
Why do they look so familiar? Their names sound...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually this...
This is Cullen Bunn.
Yeah, I just noticed that this is the... wait, is it?
Yeah,
What?
this is Cullen Bunn.
What?
It's right there
Oh
on
my
the
god,
back.
it is.
Chad, there's your moment. Chad, Phil just realized that he loves the Cullen Bunn book.
Well, hold on. Six Gun is a Cullen Bunn book.
That's true, and you do love that. Everybody loves that book, though.
Interesting.
If you don't...
Scary.
If you don't know, Blossom 666 is one of the Archie Madhouse books where Cheryl and Jason Blossom have found out that they are... Chad said eat it. Cheryl...
Okay, chill out. Chill out, Chad. Let's talk about the other 15 Cullen Bunn books that are out right now.
Cheryl and Jason Blossom figure out, that they are next in line to be one of them is next in line to be the Antichrist.
Yes.
And in order to become that, they have to defeat the other. And so all of the Cheryl Blossom tactics that you're used to, if you've read Archie comics or if you've read Riverdale, now become Cheryl actually trying to become the Antichrist. It's fantastic. I love this book. You should definitely read it if you are a fan of any of those characters or just the Antichrist.
Yes, yeah, of course. Honestly, though, I want to live in a world where Cheryl Blossom is the Antichrist.
I'm in. I would vote for her.
Over Jason.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But yeah, this is probably my second favorite of the Archie horror books.
This is Archie Horror's Chilling Adventures in Sorcery. This is some of the most horrific classic stories to ever be published by Archie Comics collected for the first time. With of course another great Francavilla cover, but this is all black and white stories that are just that like pre-code horror kind of stuff, but done by Archie Comics.
Yes.
It's fantastic. You need it in your life because it's wonderful.
Yeah, I do agree. I never read all of these, but yeah, I kind of like that very like Dan Parent style art. For super horror. It's like, hey, look at this really happy looking child that is definitely not going to be happy at the end of this book. That's what I feel like every issue of Chilling Adventures in Sorcery is. Okay, I see that this says Volume 1. Was there a second one of these?
There will be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But there isn't yet, huh? Yeah, this year. Chilling Adventures, speaking of Sabrina. Honestly and truthfully, to me, this is probably the best.
The most popular of them.
It is now. The most popular.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was kind of the second one.
It was the second. It is like the second big book of the Archie Madhouse books. But this is not the show. If you watch Chilling Adventures of Sabrina and you were like, oh, this is a lot of teen angst and a lot of teen drama and I'm not really sure if I'm into this, that is not what this book is.
Yeah.
If you watch Chilling Adventures of Sabrina and you were like, oh, this is dark compared to Sabrina the Teenage Witch, you still are not prepared for what you are going to get when you read Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. This is a very, very, very dark book.
Yes.
It's insanely good, but it is, if you liked Michelle Gomez's character on the show, you need to read this book, because this really focuses a lot on her character and goes a lot darker with that. But this, oh my god.
Yeah, I feel like this was... I can understand why you would say that this is probably the best of the books.
And the other ones, everything in the Archie Madhouse, they still have that Archie feel. They're still like, okay, well, you know, like Jughead the Hunger. It's really hilarious. Even though Jughead's a werewolf, it's still really, like, there's the cheese factor, and it's hilarious, and there's all this good stuff, and, you know, Vampironica is definitely super campy, and all of them kind of have that campy, fun, Archie feel. There is no fun in this book. This is a dark, dark, dark book, and it is amazing. If you're like, hey, the show's over, I need more, read this if you didn't read it. But just know that it is a lot darker, and it is so good. I
also don't know if you saw the news.
I did.
But Sabrina from the Netflix show will be coming to Riverdale. So expect to see her on future seasons of Riverdale.
I'm so excited.
Yeah,
I'm not caught up on either, and I don't care.
Oh, they're both great.
I need to catch up on both Riverdale and Sabrina and be happy. I know Sabrina's already ended. I need to go back and finish it.
It ended. So I thoroughly enjoyed the whole series.
And then the book that started it all for Archie, the Afterlife with Archie. Here is your warning. There is no volume 2. This book has no ending. That is your warning. But you still want to read it because Francavilla has the best art in the whole wide world, and it's extraordinary in this book. The end.
Yes. I mean, Francavilla is easily one of the best. And if you go and look at his Instagram and see all his horror posters, like, it's very obvious that horror is what he's best at. Like,
absolutely.
Pulp and horror. Yeah, I remember when this book came out, and I was like, wait, what? They're doing horror books for Archie? Like, why is this happening? Do we need this? And then I saw Frank Cavilla's name, and then I read this book, and I thought, oh my god, I want all of this.
All of it.
And then, of course, you get all of it. You get a Jughead book, you get a Veronica book. I mean,
I'm still waiting for Betty to get her own... Not as, like, a werewolf hunter in Jughead. Yeah. Like, if everybody else got to be some kind of supernatural creature, like, Betty needs a supernatural creature to be. Like, I know werewolf hunter makes sense for her, but, like, you know, she's kind of getting the short end of the stick. Like, even Cheryl got a book. Like, we need to give Betty one.
Alright, I'm going to say a hot take real quick, and I may offend some people in this room, but Betty's kind of meh.
Well, she's the vanilla character.
Yeah.
Like, that's true. Like, but she's the girl next door, the, you know, character. She doesn't get a lot of the love.
Did she ever have her own solo title?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Did she? Because I knew there was always the Betty and Veronica stuff. But I wasn't sure. Because I know Veronica had her own title, too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And so, but Betty is good. I love Betty because I am a girl next door kind of person.
Understandable.
A Mary Sue for most people would and that's fine. And that's what I love about Betty. Like, Archie and them are like, oh, my car broke down, and Betty's like, I can fix that. Which is a character they gave to Josie, like a character trait they gave to Josie in the Josie and the Pussycats movie, which they like took from Betty. But I just love it.
There's no Josie horror.
There is no Josie horror. I would love a Josie horror book too. Like, give me that.
Yeah, but
give me that.
I'm trying to think of what other horror, like classic horror characters they could give.
Right, because, I mean, we don't have a mummy. We don't have a creature from the Black Lagoon. Mm-hmm. We don't have a Frankenstein story.
That's true.
So, if you want, there's not even a ghost. Like, this is zombies, so there's not even really, like, a straight-up ghost story. Like, there's lots of things. Horror is still available. We can do this. I'm here for it.
Let's pitch these ideas.
I'm available, Archie Comics, if you need somebody to write Josie or Betty's thing. And also, if you give me Francavilla or Dan Perrin as my artist, I will cry until I die. And nothing will ever get done because I'll just cry the whole time.
We'll discuss this after.
We'll discuss, yes. Alright, so now we're into the, like... No need hot takes. These are just the books that you all need to be reading if you like horror and you want to... Ooh, Gomez said Invisible Man. Okay, anyway. Horrific trades you need to read. 100%. These are mostly new ones. Last couple years at least. Books you need to read. Stray Dogs.
Yes, a whodunit with dogs.
This was literally pitched as Silence of the Lambs meets Secret Life of Pets. Accurate description. It's dark and it has beautiful Disney art. It's not, but it is not what you want. I would like to say no dogs were harmed in the making of this story, but I can't say that that's necessarily true. So if you are, like, that's your trigger warning. If you're all like, I don't want to see animals harmed, maybe don't read Stray Dogs.
Yeah, this one, a little tough at times, but great story. Only 5 issues in total. And it's really wonderful. Because I remember, like, right off the bat, I was sold because you have dogs trying to solve a murder mystery, but also they're dogs, so their attention span is not the best. And there's just a lot of those, like, quirky things about dogs that really play into this book, and it's wonderful. Yeah, this was a book that I remember seeing the solicit for, and I was like, "Oh, I need this." I don't want to go too far ahead because
right, you don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything. I'll leave it there. I'm gonna end there because I don't want to give too much away. Also, a lot of great homage covers.
Yes.
Like every printing had really cool covers. A lot of horror movie homages that I think everyone needs to pick up.
And because I've already been asked, sorry, my wine went down the wrong side. Because I've already been asked this question, I would like to throw this out there. The Stray Dogs prequel is up and coming.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes. So if you got Stray Dogs during Free Comic Book Day, that was a teaser for the prequel that is coming soon. Most of those horror movie homage covers that you're seeing are store variants. So before you call and ask for us to, like, get you the covers, just know that a lot of those new ones that are being announced are store variants, so we can't get them. The Creep Show cover is the cover B. It's open order. We can get that one. But the Exorcist cover, and there was the other one that we were asked about, and I already forgot what it was, but those are store variants specifically. So only the Fright Night.
Oh, I bet that looks so good.
The Fright Night and the Exorcist covers are store exclusives to other stores, so you will need to hit up those. I know the Exorcist is Collector's Paradise. I don't remember who is doing the Fright Night one, but you do have to keep an eye on that because most of the Stray Dogs, they do usually have 2 or 3 regular covers, and then the second and third prints are always horror movie homages, but there are a lot of store variants that come out which are exclusive to certain stores. So keep that in mind as you are hunting down which ones you want. If we may or may not be able to get them, you're always welcome to call or message me and ask, and I am happy to help you figure out what they are. So, Phil got distracted by the Fright Night cover.
Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to see what the cover
He's
looked like.
literally looking it up. Another book that you don't need me to tell you that you should be reading, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Something is Killing the Children. Read this book. Read it forever. Love it. Erica Slaughter is wonderful. This book is fantastic, and it's from my favorite genre of books, James Tynion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
it's 3 volumes?
3 volumes in. 4th volume is currently ongoing right now. And just in case you don't make it to the news section of the show in just a little bit, just a reminder that Chris Sheehan, the artist of House of Slaughter, will be here. So we'll talk about that on the 30th. Yeah. We'll talk about that a little bit in a minute because I've got another book to remind you of that for. Witches, Scott Snyder and Jock. This is one of the most beautiful books. I love this book.
It is. I mean, Jock is fantastic. I've heard this a few times. I disagree with this, but I have heard that some people don't like the color style.
Oh my god, the color style is gorgeous.
Splattery aspect of it. Yeah, Matt Hollingsworth. I actually really like it. I mean, yeah, this book looks. Wait, I think there's nudity on that page. There's nudity on that page. Yeah. So it's kind of like, very splotchy. There's a lot of bubbles on the page, but I do think it fits very well. To me, this is like Scott Snyder's love letter to horror.
Yes.
Like the whole genre. And I know this was something that he had in the works for a long time. Sadly, we have yet to get volume 2.
Yes. It is coming, allegedly. If you meet Scott Snyder, if you tweet Scott Snyder, it doesn't matter. You're always going to get the same answer that it is still coming. They are still planning it. There is a show in production, and Scott Snyder is actually writing the show, too.
Oh, nice.
Or at least he did the pilot. So that is part of why it's not here yet, is because we are waiting on Scott Snyder to do all of the other books in the world, and then also write the show and be at every con because everybody wants to meet him and do CGC signings and do all the things. So
well, now he's done at DC, so
we'll see where he goes.
Yeah, I'm hoping that, and then he's on Substack, but he's only doing writers. What's the word I'm looking for? Workshops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's really all. So I feel like he should have the time to do this.
He never has time. We'll see. Give me another volume, Scott Snyder, because this book is amazing.
Yes.
If you like classic stories of witches in the woods, if you liked the movie The Witch, any of those things, you will love this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really like the main character in this one, Sailor. I think she's a great horror movie, kind of, covers some of the tropes. But yeah, I remember, right when New 52 Batman came out and Scott Snyder was the hottest thing, I feel like this, very much in the same. Like, if you like, I know it's two very kind of different things, Batman and witches, but like a lot of the same stuff that you get, kind of the slow burn of where is this going, but there's going to be something worthwhile. This is definitely one of those books.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's only $10.
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was still only $10. That's great. Can I address Chad's comment now? Do I need to wait for news? Do I need to wait in general?
Wait, what?
Can I say something? I'm going to say something. Chad said, when we were talking about something that's killing the children, Chad said, get the deluxe edition. I'm going to tell you not to, because they don't exist. The allocation on the deluxe edition has been released by Diamond, and there aren't really any. So and the stores that ordered them back in January aren't getting them.
Filling pre-orders.
They're not. It's not coming to the people who did actually order them. Even the allocation is that small. So Bad City is getting 0. And for those of you who did pre-order it, we will be reaching out to you to talk to you about that, because we just were informed of that this week. It's a load of crap. But so yeah, the deluxe edition hardcover that we ordered in January, February, and in March, we are not getting any of. So yes, thank you, BJ. Boo is the Matt and BJ. You perfectly timed that to be audible version of BJ's comment. It was great. So yeah, so if you for any of the deluxe edition of Something Is Killing the Children, I don't know about the other deluxe editions, Chad, but the deluxe edition of Something Is Killing the Children has just received new allocation. We'll be talking about allocation and Diamond in the comic book industry news. Don't you worry. If you want to hear more about it, we'll be talking about that soon. Anyway, we're moving back on. Gideon Falls. This is one of Phil's favorites, so I'm going to let him tell you about it.
This is honestly, and I've said this before, probably one of my all-time favorite comics. The team of Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino is one of the best. I remember when they picked up and took over New 52 Green Arrow, and took that character to a whole new level. They also have a new book out, Primordial. The first issue's out, and that's also really great.
Really good.
The reason that I put this book so high on my list is because of the things that Sorrentino does with the art. The art on this book is next level. Yes, I will show you. There is some really cool stuff that they do with the art, the page layouts, in some of these issues is just, it's so impressive. Very similar to Dracula motherfucker. There's so many pages in this book that I want to blow up. I've actually gone out and tried to hunt down some of the original art to purchase.
Wow.
Because of how much I love the art in this book. And actually, I think the first page too. Yeah, like, you're going to see a lot of stuff like this where it's just very unique. And it plays so well into the horror genre. All you need to know is that there's two separate characters. One is traveling around his city just picking up trash. And you're like, who is this person? Why are they doing this? But it all ties into this black barn, which has existed throughout history. Yeah, oh my god. I will just scroll through this book. And then the other character is a priest who has been transferred to this small town church because he does bad things according to the church. And it's kind of unraveling the mystery of this black barn. It's done. It finished with issue 27. It wraps up very well. I mean, I truly cannot say how much I love this book.
It's so good.
Yes. And just pick it up for the art alone. Like, Sorrentino really, really does something great.
And Jeff Lemire is a great puzzle creator. And all of his books,
Yes.
like, you have to unravel them as the story goes on. And this is definitely one of those where you're sitting there trying to solve a mystery with the
Yes.
characters. And he does a really good job of making you, like, pick up the clues. Like, every time, like, the character is picking up trash, you feel like you're picking up a clue with him.
Yes. And you are kind of putting on your detective, hat here and trying to figure it out before you get to the end. And
also
Chad,
being terrified.
Yeah, and Chad, unlike Cullen Bunn, Jeff Lemire knows how to wrap up his stories. He has thought about it all the way from start to finish, and he does a great job here.
Oh my
honestly,
gosh.
like, I could spend hours talking about Gideon Falls.
And we have, I believe, all of, if not most of the volumes in stock.
Yeah, I think there's
There's
6 or
6.
7?
It's 5 full volumes, and then the 6th, the final stuff was just wrapped up in one volume.
Oh, okay.
So it's the 6th volume is kind of like the last one and extra features or whatever.
Yeah.
So
And they have...
because it was an oversized ending.
Yeah, the last issue was 80 pages.
Yeah.
I think it was an 80-page ending. And they just put out the first deluxe hardcover
and that
as
we
well.
did get.
Yes, and it looks very beautiful.
Yes.
So I'm very excited for that and volume 2.
Chad said he's never had a frenemy before, and he's glad to have one now. Yes, you guys should get together and talk amongst yourselves. Gomez said, snap, shots fired. Y'all need to settle it in a cage match.
No, I don't think that would go well. I'm very
Y'all
out of
both
shape.
just sit there and, like, talk about comic books instead, and then be like, "Do you want to go get a drink?"
What we will do is we will lay out every Cullen Bunn book that's ever been written, and I will tell you how many of them are good.
In your
And
opinion.
it's going to be less than 5.
Oh! Wow, now we're getting real intense. And finally, this is actually Bloody Disgusting's #1 book, period, of all kinds of books that you should read for the horror genre in 2021. And that is It's Fall, y'all! As we renamed this book to stop the argument on whether it is autumnal or autumnal, we now just kindly call it It's Fall, y'all, here in the store.
Well, you can come on the 30th, and the artist will tell you how to pronounce this book.
Right. Chris Sheehan, the artist, will be here on October 30th to tell you how to pronounce the name of this book. What I will tell you right now is this book is phenomenal. If you've watched Wind Down Your Weekend at all in the last year, I think Matt's trying to get you to open the book.
Oh.
Such good art.
If you've watched Wind Down Your Weekend at all in the last year, you've heard Matt and I discuss how much we are obsessed with this title. This is the story of a woman and her daughter. They live in Chicago, and her mother, who she's estranged from, passes away, and she has to go back to the town that she was. Don't show that page. She has to go back to the town that she was born in. For the first time since very young in her childhood. And the town of Comfort Notch is known for the perfect autumn. And if you've ever seen a horror movie or read a horror book, you know anytime a town is known for being the perfect something, nothing is perfect about that thing. And this book, we talk about kind of playing out like The Shining and that slow sense of dread. That movement of, I think something's about to happen. This is oh no, it's the next page. Oh, it's the next page. We actually had one of our customers in here who just picked it up last week, and he's about halfway through, and he was like, "What's the deal with the leaves, man?" And I was like, "I can't tell you anything." So he's like, "But it's so weird. Like, people are so defensive of leaves in this book." There's a lot. It all has a story. This trade is actually the full series collected. It was an 8-issue story, and this is the entire thing. So you're not having to pick up more than one book. You're getting it all in this particular book right here. Daniel Kraus, the writer of it, we talked about this last week on the live stream, is the person who does the adaptations for Guillermo del Toro. So all of Del Toro's movies, the book adaptations are actually written by Daniel Kraus. So this is a man who really understands how, and he did George Romero's books as well. So this is a man who literally has been working in the genre. He knows how to put the horror sense of dread into the art of storytelling. And then Chris Sheehan is a phenomenal artist, and that combination of the two just become an epic story. Chad said, if you have questions other than how to pronounce the word autumnal, that's not what he said, but I'm just saying that. Questions you'd like Chris to answer, please let Chad know. Chad is actually going to be interviewing Chris in advance of the event.
Oh, nice.
And talking to him about this book and his work on both Autumnal and The House of Slaughter, which is upcoming on October 27th. So if you have questions, shoot Chad a message. He will definitely be asking those. And Sai, we will make sure you guys get a copy of this trade. For sure, because I know y'all have all the issues, but I know you like to go back and read the trades and not the issues. Matt wants you to show this particular page, apparently. Yeah, I'm super excited. I can't believe Bloody Disgusting labeled this. I can, from reading it, believe that Bloody Disgusting named this, like, over, like, Stephen King books and all of the things. Like, this is, like, the book that they said to read for the horror season. But I can't, I'm also really, really excited that a comic book topped that list. That's so cool. So congratulations, Daniel and Chris, for a phenomenal book. There you go. Read it. It's gonna be great. I love it. I will talk about this book all night.
Smells like candy corn.
The book does?
How
does
many?
It really?
Smell it.
Guillermo, you asked how many we have in stock. We have like 30-something copies of this
comic book, you asshole.
Smell the book.
It has like we have like 30 copies in stock.
I'm done. Cancel my pools. Oh, fucked up.
I do love that you read that, or smelled that. That was great. I did that earlier today with Dracula, motherfucker, because it had actually been in shrink wrap. It smells like a 1970s book from the library, though. And I was like, oh my god, smell this book. And I was like, you have to smell it. You have to smell it. Guillermo, I'll hold one for you. If you guys are coming for the signing, I will hold one for you of the trade. Let me write that down, because I will forget if I don't write it down. I gotta write everything down. All right. That said, we've got some prizes to give you. Ooh, there you go. I'm like, do I yell like prize? Like scared now? I don't know. Prize. All right, Chad, there is already one in your box. Don't you worry. I took care of you. You are going to win this Arthur Sidem cover from Dynamite Lives. You'll see, like, Ash from The Evil Dead, along with a zombified version of Red Sonja. You win this cover, which is really just cool, and you should frame it. If you can tell me What is the actual name of Pinhead's puzzle box? If you can tell me the name of Pinhead's puzzle box, you get this really cool Arthur Sidem cover. I actually don't even... This is really cool that Dynamite is bringing, like, all of their characters and, like, Evil Dead and all of this together. Like, it's a really cool title. But I actually just really like that they're doing these zombified Arthur Sidem covers because they're super cool. And you win the prize if you can tell me what is the name of Pinhead's puzzle box. It is not called Pinhead's puzzle box, nor is it called Hellraiser.
Also, interesting Pinhead news.
Yeah.
Y'all are paying attention to that. Seems they're going to be rebooting. They're going with a female Pinhead.
Yes.
Very excited for that.
So, man.
Yeah. Oh, most definitely.
Gomez, you grabbed that first, although I do appreciate BJ's original answer of Rubik's Cube.
Nice. That's a good one.
So, Gomez, that is coming your way, my dude.
What was it?
It was Lament Configuration. Yeah, you wrote these questions, I know. So you can put that down now.
Oh.
Gomez won it. It's fine.
Congrats, Gomez.
Congratulations. And now we've got some in stocks, I believe. This is what actually came in this week that wasn't stolen or lost or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, these are the things that actually came in this week. I'm going to skip these because that's not necessarily the case. Arkham City, The Order of the World. I'm not going to lie, I was like, I'm against this book because this is another Batman book. It's not actually about Batman. This is about a female psychiatrist / detective like working in Arkham, and it's super creepy and kind of cool. And I just read the solicit for issue 2 or 3 today, and I was like, oh, this book's actually pretty good.
So this was Magnolia art.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it. It is not about Batman, though. So if you're like, I'm on Batman Burnout, but I kind of just like that dark, eerier side of Arkham, there it is.
Who's burnt out on Batman? How is that possible?
Amazing Spider-Man issue 75. Nick Spencer is no longer on Spider-Man, but a new writer and creative team in general have not been named. So we're kind of getting some, like, who's going to work on Batman this week? We've got
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Well, see, I'm burnt out on Batman, apparently. Who's going to work on Spider-Man this
or
week?
Or maybe not. Maybe that's
I don't read any.
Huh?
Who did this one?
This is Inyuk Lee.
The cover.
For the cover. But this issue was done by... It's one of those where it tells you in a weird spot.
Like the
I'm
very
sorry.
end. Written by... Oh, JM... Oh, wait, no.
No. Yeah, see, I don't actually know who did this issue. Because there's multiple, I think, in there. But Kelly Thompson did a story.
Yeah, Kelly Thompson did one.
Zeb Wells did one. Patrick Gleason did interior art on a lot of it.
This also has a Gleason cover, doesn't it?
It did have a Gleason cover. I have one left. I'm going to show you, and you can all fight over it while I show you my last copy of the Webhead variant for this issue. It's super cool.
Which is cool. I like these Gleason covers.
Yeah, this one is super. I like this one a lot. But yeah, so Amazing Spider-Man, we're going to get kind of anthology-esque stories in there until they name the new creative team. So.
And drop in the comments who you'd like to see write Spider-Man next, because I would like to hear some ideas.
I'm actually really curious on who people would like to see take over Spider-Man. I know we were talking about it yesterday, and everybody was kind of like, I want Kelly Thompson to do it, but she's really busy. So I don't know that that's an option, but we'll see. Justice League Infinity. This is the Justice League story that spins out of the Justice League cartoon. So if you were a fan of Justice League, the cartoon, which I believe everybody was, you need to read...
Wonder Woman kissing Darkseid.
I know.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun. New Mutants is out again this week. It's still good. Phil, this is in your box, so you got a copy to read for sure.
Yes, Defenders 3, my favorite Marvel book right now. Javier Rodriguez art. Spectacular.
Eternal Celestia. We are still kind of pumping out some Kieran Gillen Eternals to get you ready for the movie.
Which comes out soon, doesn't it?
November 5th, allegedly. I still have no hope that it actually will come out that day. Dark Ages. This is Tom Taylor doing Deceased for Marvel. which Deceased was Marvel Zombies, kind of, but for the DC universe, and now it is the Deceased for the Marvel universe, but it's not Marvel Zombies.
But it's still Tom Taylor.
But it's still Tom Taylor. It's really good, actually, but I just like that Laura Kinney cover.
I need to read it. I read the first issue and liked it.
Ooh, Chad said Kyle Higgins on Spider-Man. Now, that would be good. If you're a Radiant Black fan, that could be a good one.
I don't want to. I want to see Kyle Higgins stay in the
indie world.
In the indie world.
That's fair. Speaking of Batman, James Tynion's still on it for a hot minute. Get it while you can.
He's got what? He's done it. 118.
I think so. What did I just hand you? Deadpool, Black, White, and Blood. I actually really just like this cover. It's kind of hilarious, but this is Deadpool in one of those black, white, and red series. Soul Plumber. If you were a fan of last podcast on the left, this is a comic for you specifically.
Also, Soul Plumber is actually a character in the DC universe. This is not a newly created character. This is somebody who exists and is worth checking out. Yeah.
All right.
I've heard nothing but amazing things about that book.
Ram V is blowing your minds with Swamp Thing, as he should, because Ram V is talented as all hell.
He's writing Venom, or he's helping write Venom?
He is going to be writing part of Venom. Venom is going to be split. Al Ewing will be writing Eddie, and Ram V will be writing Dylan. And they switch, issues and stuff. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. It's going to be very hard to keep up with subscribers who only want Ram V and who only want Al Ewing. So you're just getting it all.
Oh, wait, seriously? So, issue 1 will be...
There's sometimes where they're both in the same thing, and then there'll be, an issue that's, only Ram V writing about Dylan, and then there'll be an issue that's, only... It's a thing. Yes. And, yes, Chad just pointed out, Season 2 of this Swamp Thing series, Volume 2, will be coming soon from Ram V. Crush and Lobo is still going on, and is actually really adorable, from what I've heard.
I've heard good things about it.
Mm-hmm. I read issue 1. It was really cute.
And it's Mariko Tamaki, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
This is a super rad cover.
Batman The Adventures Continue Season 2. This has been great. And actually, all of the covers, I've had people come in that are like, do you just have, this specific cover of Batman The Adventures because it continues? Because it's great. So for fans of the animated series kind of thing, this is where you want to jump in.
And it's Paul Dini who's working on it. It's the actual writing team from the series.
Animated series. Speaking of horror book, DC owns the rights to print comics about The Conjuring. So if you are I needed more of The Conjuring in my life, there's an ongoing series you can jump in on. Excalibur, issue 24. I actually thought that Excalibur had ended, and then it didn't. It was just delayed so many times. So Excalibur is still there. As is Hellions. And Savage Avengers.
I'm supposedly collecting.
Right, you're getting Hellions just because they keep putting Psylocke covers out.
Stop putting Psylocke on the cover. I'm never going to read this book.
He's just buying it for Psylocke. Savage Avengers is also out, as is Avengers Mech Tech. It's also, every year DC does their different holiday specials. This year is Are You Afraid of Darkseid? Which is a genius title for a horror book, and it's adorable. It's all campfire tales with a lot of the kids from the DC universe. This is not new this week, but because we're talking about horror, I thought I'd bring it. This is Horror Comics Black and White from Antarctic Press, and they are a bunch of black and white stories. Collection.
Not issue 1.
No, this is a collection.
Yes.
It's a $10 trade, but I needed to bring it here because it's in stock and not necessarily one of the trades we're going to talk about, but it's a nice collection of horror stories.
Issue 1 is $100 right now, which is why it's important to say it's a collection.
Yes, this is a $10
people have brought
collection.
This up thinking that it was number 1.
Yeah, this is kind of cool.
But it's amazing.
And then finally, it is not the 80th anniversary of Wonder Woman yet. The 80th anniversary of Wonder Woman is October 21st. But her 80th anniversary book is already out for some strange reason. Not really sure. But I am really excited about the fact that we get an 80th of Wonder Woman. And it's not Steve Trevor on the cover. So
what?
I know.
Where is he?
I know. We were all really worried about where Steve Trevor is, but nope. It's not just about him.
Do they have the... Okay, cool. I was wondering if they did the multiple variants for this book.
Yes, there are lots of variants. There was the different decades. They were all, like, some really great ones. Actually, Jen Bartel had a beautiful wraparound one of the different Wonder Woman costumes throughout the years.
Oh, there's a Bruce Timm.
There's a Bruce Timm cover. There's
that Jen Bartel is really
the
nice.
Jen Bartel is gorgeous.
I saw that on her Instagram.
I liked the classic one, the Golden Age Wonder Woman cover. That one was really good. And of course, I'm actually not going to talk about the stories until the actual 80th anniversary of Wonder Woman later on this month. So if you did already read it, I hope you enjoyed it. But we will not be talking about it until the 80th anniversary of Wonder Woman actually happens. So
Yara Flor pin up in here.
Oh my god.
Is there a Yara Flor story in here?
You know, I just told you I'm not going to talk about the stories.
Well, then I'm going to look. I won't say anything.
Right. If you don't know, there is a Wonder Woman Day. Wonder Woman Day technically is October 21st, but that's a Thursday. And since most of you can't come out on a Thursday, Bat City will be celebrating Wonder Woman Day on October 23rd, which is a Saturday. We will have some free Wonder Woman titles for people. We will also have superhero story time and pictures with Wonder Woman. It is not Gal Gadot. Don't get your hopes up. It's just our Wonder Woman. She'll be here. That's fine.
I will say the art in some of these stories is
amazing.
Really, really cool.
And that, actually, this book that you just flashed past, this Wonder Woman history, like the Amazons by Kelly Sue DeConnick, I'm super losing my mind.
Art by Phil Jimenez.
Yeah, losing my mind about that. That's going to be so good.
And it's a Black Label book.
And Nubia is getting her own title as well. That is coming soon. So if you are like me and you've been waiting for Nubia to have her own title, that is already issue 1 is already on, like, coming out. So you need to let me know if you want it. I just ordered issue 2 today. So yeah, all of you Nubia fans, please start letting me know, because I will not be ordering it for you unless you do. Young Diana has a story in there, which is actually written by Jordi Belair.
Yeah, I was about to say, whoa, Jordi Belair.
That has actually been an ongoing as the backup in the Becky Clune and Michael Conrad story already.
That's awesome.
And of course, Becky and Michael do have their own story in here as well.
Oh, man. So the Nubia book is drawn by... oh, no, wait. It's written by Vita Alea. Mm-hmm. That's kind of cool.
It's going to be good. Oh, my God. The cover
it's a 6-issue miniseries.
There was the variant cover of issue 2 of the Nubia story. I sent to a bunch of people on Snapchat today, and they were like, oh, my God. I was like, this is what strong women look like. Is Nubia kicking ass on this cover.
She's a total badass.
She's absolutely a badass, so I can't wait. Join us the 24th on our live stream, as we will be discussing this book as well as other great Wonder Woman stories and celebrating Wonder Woman Day. And join us in store October 23rd for those Wonder Woman free comic titles. But congratulations, Wonder Woman.
Yes.
On 80 years coming up on the 21st. It's not there yet. It's not your birthday yet, Wonder Woman. And that is all the in-stocks I have. Chad, I actually specifically ordered Are You Afraid of Darkseid for you, so it is already in your box. Don't you worry, buddy. Now. Ooh, look at that. Ram said yikes prize earlier, so I love that. We are going to give a copy of Ma number 1, the Megan Hutchinson Cates variant that we talked about earlier. Yes. I'm going to interrupt really fast. Scott said, for those of you who are fans of Nickelodeon, did you see the Orange Years documentary on Netflix?
Yes.
If you didn't, you should watch it. And if you didn't know, Adam from Torpedo Productions actually made that documentary. So if you came to our Josie and the Pussycats party, that was done with Torpedo Productions. The founder of Torpedo Productions, Adam, is actually the person who created that documentary, made that documentary. We love Adam so much. So shout out to Adam and Torpedo Productions. If you are wanting to find another way to support Adam and Torpedo Productions, they have Phantom Fest going on all month long. at the Violet Crown Theater, and their goal is to raise $10,000 for Austin Pets Alive. And Phantom Fest is a horror movie festival. So it's celebrating a bunch of like anniversaries. They're doing a Lost Boys screening. They're doing a Scream screening. They're doing all kinds of stuff. It kicks off the 15th is the official like launch of it. Like the opening night is the 15th. It's at Violet Crown. Like I said, proceeds from the event go towards Austin Pets Alive, and they're trying to raise $10,000 through this event for them to help them with their building situation that they are currently going through. So watch Orange Years, but also go out to Phantom Fest and support Torpedo Productions. Back to this prize, you're getting this Megan Hutchinson Cates copy of Ma #1. If you can tell me what was used for blood in the film Psycho, in the 1967 film Psycho, what did they use for blood? Gomez says we're getting a trailer for Scream 5 tomorrow, and I would like to say we're getting a trailer for Scream 5 tomorrow. I am not going to watch that.
Are you booing the fact that there's a Scream trailer coming out? Look, just because you don't like trailers doesn't mean you have to take it down for everyone else.
Yeah, I do.
No. Trailers are great.
You do not.
Also, what are you going to get from a Scream trailer that's really going to spoil
they're going to show
Scream?
all the killers.
They're going to show everything.
Everybody that dies. Because that's what they did with that Freaky movie. They showed all of the people that died.
Freaky?
The one that was like the girl who... Yeah, the girl like...
great movie. I loved that movie.
Ooh, we have a lot of people who guessed Cairo and corn syrup, but Sai is technically correct. It was Hershey's chocolate syrup. So, Sai, you are getting a copy of Megan's variant for Ma. Yes. Matt was very specific on what brand of chocolate syrup it was, too. So, congratulations.
She got it from the same location.
Huh?
Wikipedia?
Oh.
I love that. We've got some comic industry news. So, most of the Bat City indie comics that did not arrive last week will be arriving this Wednesday. Hopefully, in theory, fingers crossed. According to Diamond, they have refilled most of the order. If you didn't see our Facebook post, you will know. You might not know, but our indie comics did not make it to us. Our entire Diamond shipment was lost / actually stolen. Let's just be honest. You can read our Facebook post about it if you want more information on that. But Diamond has been working to fill that order as best as they can. So we should be seeing most of it, including Chicken Devil #1 coming in this week. Phil and I did already read Chicken Devil #1.
Again, can I just say shout out to Brian?
Yes, Brian Lassiter.
For
Thank you
bringing
so much.
us a copy so I could read it. I said it was my book of the week before it came out, and it
held up to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, congratulations, Aftershock, for another great title. Super excited. So, yeah, so that was, those books are still coming. There's a couple of titles here and there that we're not going to get. If you are a subscriber to any of those titles, we will let you know that we did not get them once the shipment arrives and we can verify what did and did not come in. The other thing is we brought up earlier, I'm going to do the sad news before I do the good news, I guess. We brought up earlier that Diamond is having some allocation issues. One being the Something is Killing the Children hardcover is like deluxe edition is not going to be coming to Bat City at all. Who knows? Who knows what happened? Who knows what is going on between Diamond and publishers and all of that? I don't know. I don't work for the publisher. I don't work for Diamond. All I know is we aren't getting it, and I'm very upset about it. So if you did prepay for that, we will be reaching out to you for sure. I don't know if anybody actually prepaid, but I do know some people pre-ordered. So we will be reaching out. I think there's at least one person that prepaid. But that are watching. I don't know if any of the rest of you did. So I'll be double checking that. And then we talked about a book last week that everybody was very excited about. And I'm here to be the bearer of all of the bad news tonight. What's the Furthest Place from Here has a deluxe edition that includes a vinyl. We were all informed on Thursday that the allocation for that is changing. And we found out on Thursday that we will only be getting one copy of the vinyl.
Are you serious?
One copy of the vinyl for the first print of What's the Furthest Place from Here. Yeah. Truth. That is the only thing that could possibly mean that could possibly be relayed with that emotion. There was a lot of words that came out of my mouth that I won't repeat for the sake of Facebook not taking me off, because I was very, very angry to find that out. There is a second print. Your roommate actually, somebody tweeted that they were, if you didn't get the first print because of allocation, like, you can order the second print. And he was like, why would I order the second print if they didn't have the first print? Like, my shop ordered 15 and they didn't get any. They're getting one. And Matthew Rosenberg specifically personally responded to him and said the second print will be meeting orders. So whatever you order the second print, you will actually get.
And it will include
the vinyl. Yeah. So there is a deluxe second print that will include the vinyl, and that will be allegedly printed to fit orders, whereas issue 1's first printing did not get printed to fit orders.
I just want the vinyl, because I don't know if anyone knows. Because originally I wasn't even... I was going to get the book because it is Matthew Rosenberg and Tyler Boss, but I wasn't fully sold. I was like, vinyl's pretty cool. It's a new Jawbreaker song, which is totally something I'm into. I definitely need more Jawbreaker, so I cannot wait. I do need that vinyl.
Yeah, so second print will still have the vinyl. It's the same vinyl. So we'll make sure for everybody who did want the vinyl, if you still want the vinyl...
Wait, what? Okay, so hold on, because I assumed that the allocations were because they couldn't print enough vinyl.
I'm assuming that's why, because we'll still get the regular issue. Like, we're still getting the issue.
That makes sense, though. If there's an issue with the vinyl,
and what I'm guessing is, because the second print hasn't been done yet, is that maybe. Well, see, here's the thing. Now, all right, I'm going to go into the whole thing. So there is an initial order for comic books, which is done 2 months out. Now, somebody did bring up the point that it takes more than 2 months to print a vinyl. So even with initial order, like, they probably weren't at the right number.
Jack White did it in a day.
Well, we can't all be Jack White.
Then let's get Jack White out here.
They're made to order.
Right, they're made to order, which I know we've done Kickstarters where you printed vinyls, so... or we're going to print vinyl. So we've looked into this. But that was somebody's argument, was maybe that was the case. But in comics, there's initial order that is done 2 months out. The thing is, though, is that not every comic book store in the world will actually do that initial order. Right. It's up to you whether or not you want to do it. Now, what stores of our size are told is... if you don't initial order it, you're probably not getting it on the final order, which is done 3 to 4 weeks out, depending on if you're Small Press or Marvel, because Penguin just changed that. So for people like us, if I don't initial order that I want a large amount, I'm not getting a large amount when I go in on my FOC and say that I want more, because they didn't allocate for me in the first place. I actually initial ordered 15 of this, and then...
and you're still getting...
and I'm still getting one. Because not every store does that initial order, and larger stores don't have to. So I know larger stores who only are doing the final order cutoff, like, might not have ordered until then, and they might get some too. So that if they did print off the initial order for the vinyls, which I don't know that they did. I don't know that Diamond actually shared those numbers. I don't know who ordered it off the initial order and who didn't. In a perfect world, Diamond gives the initial order numbers to the publisher and says, this is the minimum amount that we need. And then that's what they print, plus some. I don't know what actually happened with this, so I can't really speak to what happened on this situation. But I know that what I initial ordered and what I final ordered and what I'm actually getting are nowhere. I'm getting like less than... I'm getting 1% of what I final ordered.
Good.
And so that's... I don't know if everybody got 1% and I just ordered such a small number that my 1% is
less,
one.
Yeah.
Or if everybody didn't order, like, until the final order and my allocation went to other people. I don't know.
Which is
because they don't tell you
fucked
that.
Up.
And yeah, and they don't.
What's the point of initial order if you're not going to get that?
Yeah. So what's the point of the initial order if you don't get it? So who knows? We don't know. I would like to say it's not your LCS. Whether we're your LCS or somebody else is your LCS, just know that it's not them. Because I just read this recently and this drove me insane. Somebody posted a thing that said like, oh, I tried to get this comic at my LCS and they told me that because of allocation they didn't have it. And all the comments were, your LCS is lying. There's no such thing as allocation on comics. They're just keeping them in the back so they can sell them on eBay. Like, your LCS is trying to make money. They're going to put it out in a week and they're going to have a triple the price. That's not true. Maybe it's true for some stores on some things.
Yeah.
But allocation is a very, very, very real thing. Books get, the book White. The publisher announced at the very beginning, we're going to put 2,500 copies. The orders were ginormous. They still only printed 2,500 copies because they went off their max number that they ever had for Black. Well, so when we ordered 10, we got 2.
Yeah.
And that was the case because there are more than 2,500 comic book stores in the world. So some stores didn't get any that ordered them. And and that's the case with like issue 2. We didn't get any of issue 2. And because they only printed 2,500 of issue 2. Allocation is a very, very real thing that is happening. And no, comic book stores are not sitting there hoarding the books in the back going, haha, I'm going to sell this on eBay. Let me tell you, the people that run comic book stores do not have time to be on eBay selling all of the comics.
Well, some do.
Some do. But I will tell you, if you come into the store and I'm like, I didn't get it because it wasn't allocated to me in the end, Matt and I are not hoarding it in the back to put on eBay. We're not going to do that. Like, we don't have time for that. Most people don't. A lot of comic book stores are run by one person with a staff of like maybe one other person or like a couple other people. They don't have time for this. And so you have to like, don't assume that your LCS is hiding the comics from you if they tell you they didn't get it. They probably really didn't get it and they've had to call 30 people and tell them, hey, guess what? Remember that book you wanted? We didn't get it. Yeah. Like, they've already had to call all those people that pre-ordered it or, like, talked about putting it on their sub-list and tell them that. So when you walk in and you're like, oh, well, they're just lying to me. Know that they're not. And they've already probably had a really shitty day of having to tell a bunch of people really looking forward to a book, including themselves, that book doesn't exist. And also, don't be mad at the creator because the creator had nothing to do with it either.
Right, yeah.
So, like...
Don't angrily tweet Matthew Rosenberg or Tyler Boss.
Yeah, don't angrily tweet Matthew Rosenberg and Tyler Boss. They didn't have anything to do with that, and there's a reason it's going to a second print. They are trying so hard to get this book to people. And so, just know that. Be supportive of the creators. Be supportive of your LCS. Everybody's doing the best they can. There are also still major, major printing delays and shortages. There was an article just written the other day that said why there's not enough paper to make American comic books.
Yeah.
Like, so there's also that. Like, there are shortages on plastic. There's shortages on paper. There's shortages everywhere. And so, there's a whole lot of things going on. Let's just, do what we can and be understanding as everybody tries to deal with that right now. Because it's a thing. And know that I might be ranty if you ask me what happened to your book.
Also, Diamond, if you want to make it up to us, make those Jenny Frison covers open ordered, please. And not an incentive.
Make all Jenny Frison covers open order. And Phil won't be mad at you ever for anything.
Yeah, I really won't. Just don't make it the 1 in 100 incentive and I'll be fine.
Yeah. That said, we will be working, obviously, anybody who asked us for a vinyl, we will definitely order you a second print, and hopefully we can get those in. Good, positive news. Like I said, October 21st is Wonder Woman Day. We will be celebrating on the 23rd with free comics, pictures with Wonder Woman, and a superhero story time. Other than that, in case you haven't been following along with New York Comic Con news, one of the most important announcements to come out is Saga is back.
Yes.
Finally. In 2022, we will be getting the rest of Saga
January,
finally. So
issue 55.
Yes, all of you who have been waiting, people ask me all the time, when is Saga back? Is Saga back? Is Saga back? Well, guess what? It's back. In January.
Finally.
I know. You're all excited.
Oh my gosh.
David Booher, who did Kanto and Killer Queens, also announced a new book during New York Comic Con with artist Chris Sheehan.
What?
I know.
Wow.
From Source Point Press, and it is gonna be so good. It's a magically queer book that's done by David Booher and Chris Sheehan, and I need it. I need it right now.
Is there a title?
Yeah, I think it's called Specs. It's got like glasses on the cover, and it's like wish fulfillment and how like that goes wrong for people. Super excited. Can't wait. If David Booher writes a book, I'm buying it, and Chris Sheehan does art on a book, I'm buying it. So you put the two together, and I'm subscribed for life. So can't wait. It's gonna be amazing. So excited, and lots of other amazing announcements. If you didn't hear, if you haven't watched Wind Down Your Weekend recently, you may not have known that there is a new imprint called Wonderbound from Vault Comics, which is Vault Kids imprint. I know. Fantasy, horror, and all that jazz from Vault on Wonderbound. The first book, bless you, just came out. It's called Rassle Castle. It's all about a little girl who doesn't want to go into the family business of ruling the nation and just wants to be a wrestler. And it is written by Paul Tobin, who writes Bunny Mask.
Oh, really?
So if you need if you have kids in your life, or you just want a really fun, exciting graphic novel, Volume 1 is out from Wonderbound. It is the first official book on their imprint, and you definitely want to check it out. So, other than that, I think I may have failed to mention it enough times tonight, but Chris Sheehan will be here! Yeah, there's the applause. If you don't know Chris Sheehan is the artist of the autumnal / the autumnal / it's fall, y'all. And also a little book to come out on October 27th called House of Slaughter, which is the prequel story to Something is Killing the Children, and the first expansion book for the new universe within that world. If you've been reading Volume 4 of Something is Killing the Children, you know that universe has gotten incredibly large and only continues to grow, and House of Slaughter is the first book within that growth process. And Chris will be here on October 30th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. signing books. There will be a CGC rep on site, so if you'd like to have your book signed for CGC, there is a fee for CGC signatures. Chris will also be doing remarks. So the book is available October 27th. If you're not planning on buying it from us, just know that is the Wednesday before, so get your books wherever you get your books from on that Wednesday. It is not a quick turnaround, so if you're planning on mailing it or anything like that, contact us, contact your post office, and figure out if you will actually make it by the 30th. Once again, if you have questions for Chris, Chad will be interviewing him, so you can send a message to Chad Bokelman about questions you would like to ask Chris for that interview. And that is a part of a larger event called SmallPressShann. We have some local indie creators who have reached out to us who want to have, who are going to come out and be setting up their tables to talk about all of their amazing, cool small press books, including the host of SmallPressShann, which is, oh my gosh, you're shaking your head and it's throwing me off because I'm sorry. I know you're not talking about that. But anyway, Drew Edwards, the creator of Halloween Man, will be running SmallPressShann. He has a ton of really cool, amazing small press and indie creators who will be out. I believe Jeremy the Artist is one of them, who is launching a new Kickstarter for a new horror project, and a whole bunch of other really cool, amazing people. The Bigfoot guy that you met during the Glamorilla's Daughter, he will be out here. Dan. So a lot of really cool ones. The official announcement of everybody, they will be out here as well. that day, we're going to have trick-or-treating with some cosplayers. Phil and I will probably be doing some panels talking to you about some of our favorite small press and indie books throughout the day, as well as interviewing some of those small press and indie creators. So come on out, meet Chris Sheehan, meet those indie and small press creators, because they're amazing, wonderful people. Everybody, including Chris Sheehan, are local Austinites. Mm-hmm. So you are supporting Austin artists when you come out that day, and also celebrating Halloween. So come celebrate them all with us. Details are on here on our Facebook page in our event section if you have questions about them. The pricing list for Chris Sheehan will be dropped into the event probably tomorrow, as well as the lineup for the Small Press Halloween creators that will be here. So huge, amazing, fun things. And a lot of announcements coming forward really soon from Torpedo Productions and Bat City about upcoming events with the combination of the two. But if you are looking for something to do between now and then, support Torpedo Productions for their Phantom Fest. See some horror movies and help support Austin Pets Alive. Keep their building, because Austin Pets Alive might lose their building, and that would cause Austin, the city, to lose its no-kill shelter. And we obviously want all of the pets to be safe, and so adopt a pet if you can, if you're in a position to do so, and if not, feel free go join Torpedo Productions and raise some money for Austin Pets Alive to keep their building. That said, let's give them one last prize. Finally, the poster of the night. Prize! I beat it. I was trying so hard. We have in issue 1 of Philadelphia, not the original printing of the issue 1 of Philadelphia. That's not going to happen. But this image first, issue 1 of Philadelphia, as well as the poster for the new spin-off series. I love this because it's an homage to that classic. What is it? Oh my god, I just lost the complete thought on this. All the old things. Do you remember what they were? The magazine, the family magazine that had all of these that I can't remember all of a sudden. Anyway, here it is. And it is a great new horror series that's coming. So if you would, thank you, Scott. Norman Rockwell, like all the Norman Rockwell art. Thank you, Scott. That's not the answer to the prize, but now I feel just like you deserve something for helping me think through my brain. You can get this poster for the new series as well as issue 1, and Saturday Evening Post is the name of the magazine. Thank you both, Cy and Scott. And should I go with a hard question or an easy question? Hard question. All right, well then we're going to go with some witch history. 81-year-old Giles Corey was accused of witchcraft in Salem in 1692. He was executed by pressing, where he was sandwiched between 2 boards and had rocks placed upon him. What were his final words? If you know the answer to what Giles Corey's final words were, you can't win. BJ, you already got it. I knew BJ would know this. Yes, it is more weight. So, BJ, you are getting this copy of Philadelphia and the poster. This goes to BJ. I knew BJ would know that answer. I actually figured I wouldn't beat BJ to getting it out, but I thought I was hoping I'd give it a little bit of time. Before we go, here's the list of comics. Shipping delay may push back some of these releases. Thank you for that reminder, Chad. But comics out this week: Strange Adventures number 12, the end of Tom King's Strange Adventures run. Justice League Last Ride number 6 from Chip Zdarsky. Blue and Gold number 3, finally. Static Season 1 number 4. Darkhold Iron Man. If you were waiting on Darkhold and you didn't get it from us, feel free to buy it somewhere else, because I'm not going to be able to give it to you, because that was one of the books that were stolen this week. Darkhold Iron Man I may have, but the Darkhold Alpha I can't guarantee I will get. White number 4, Witchblood number 7, and Telepath number 2 from AWA. Bat fan titles: Immortal Hulk number 50. This is the finale of Al Ewing's Immortal Hulk. This is one of the ones that I've heard iffy information on possible delays, so I'm just giving you that heads up. Wonder Woman number 780 from Becky Clune and Michael Conrad. Maze book number 2. Super excited. That's like the Jeff Lemire book of the moment. Homesick Pilots number 10. Miss Marvel Marvel Tales number 1. Dead Box number 2. World of Darkness #1, which is the new Vault title, Wonder Woman, The Adventures of Young Diana Special, and ETER from AWA Upshot. Thank you, Chad, for giving us an amazing list of new books. I'm very excited. Also, all of the indie books that we did not get last week will hopefully be here this week, so stay tuned for Phil and I to be gushing over a stupid amount of books next week, as that will probably happen. Also, welcome back, Phil. I missed you. Thank you for being here today. Yes.
It won't happen again.
Right. Fight for that. Other than that, we hope you are enjoying your spooky season so far. Don't forget to pick up spooky books to kick off the Halloween season. It's a great way to celebrate. If you need something good to read, come in at any time and ask Matt and I about which books you should read. Wednesdays you can catch Phil here at night, as he is Wednesday Phil. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for so much to y'all for joining all of us, and we will see you in the shop this Wednesday, or otherwise we will see you here next weekend to wind down your weekend. Thank you so much for joining us.